last night and kept Arkansas off the scoreboard until late in the game. And then that eighth inning magic hit again. And Stewart blast a 2-run home run. Zach Stewart coming back home to Missouri. Hits a 2-run home run in the eighth inning to give Arkansas a 5-3 lead. Missouri scored 1 to make it 5-4, but Arkansas gets the victory in Game 1. And tonight they go for the series victory with a Game 2 victory and take care of business there. Missouri has not won a Game 2 all year, by the way, in the SEC. They're over. Kind of like remember how Georgia had not lost a Game 2?
Yeah.
And they still haven't after beating Arkansas in Game 2 and Game 3. But, tonight, take care of business, win the series, and then go for the sweep. Glad you're with us, Westmore, Joe Franklin. It was fun last night, Joe. It worked out just like I wanted to, man. I went home, did my show, I mowed the yard, I kicked back, I had the double boxes going. I forget about that. The technology with YouTube TV, had the Razorbacks in one box, the NFL draft in one box, and when Arkansas got off to a slow start, I switched it to where the audio was on the NFL draft and just watched.
What I was thinking about next. Where was the audio?
Yep. Once, let's say, probably about after the Cowboys pick somewhere in there, I switched the audio back to the SEC network or whoever was televising it last night. And then when it got a little closer to the Cowboys pick, I went back to the audio to the NFL draft. But, man, that was awesome. It was great last night. Great weather. Just sit outside and watch the draft and watch the Diamond Hogs. And that's the plan for tonight, too. I'm going to kick back and double box it and watch them both and see how the draft and the Diamond Hogs do. But as a Cowboys fan, I'm sure we'll hear from some of you guys throughout the day. You have to be thrilled. I mean, I don't know how you can criticize the Cowboys for what they did last night. Caleb Downs got a playmaker for the secondary. A lot of these draft analysts have had Caleb Downs as one of the top 5, top 6 players available in the draft, and the Cowboys get him at number 11. They trade up one spot to make sure that nobody also trades up and snags him before they could get him at 12. Gave up 2 fifth-rounders. They had, what did Mickey tell us, 4 or 5 fifth-round picks. So they had some extra picks there in the 5th and traded them to move up and get their guy. And then later in the first round, Dallas trades down 3 spots with the Philadelphia Eagles because they knew they were going to get one of their guys at 23, and they pick up 2 fourth-round picks. So they get Caleb Downs, they get Malachi Lawrence, the defensive end /outside linebacker rush guy that they need. They got 2 defensive players at positions that they need, and they picked up 2 extra fourth-round picks. They basically swapped 2 fifths and turned them into 2 fourths. And we're ready to roll in round 2 and get some more defense, I hope. You get that middle linebacker that Mickey told us Dallas desperately needs in the second round. Pick up a cornerback at some point today. That's what I'd like to see, middle linebacker, cornerback. So as a Cowboys fan, absolutely thrilled. Feel like Jerry Jones and company knocked it out of the park last night.
With our out-of-bounds mock draft, we got 8, which is way higher than normal. And we would have gotten 9 with that last pick.
I know.
Jadarian Price. We would have nailed that one. But 8 is great for a mock draft because usually you get around 4 or 5. That's great. So we got twice as many as the 4-round average. But, yeah, Cowboys had a really great draft, Jets, and it lines out with the teams who had multiple picks. Mm-hmm. What was interesting also was Cowboys make a trade with Eagles, a division rival. They allow Eagles to move up and make a pick. But, of course, during draft, some of that gets thrown out. You're worried about your board. You're worried about equating picks. And Cowboys were able to, when we talked to Mickey yesterday, he said they didn't want to give up any picks. What they wanted to do was collect picks. They were able to collect picks from it. Now, it did have a domino effect simply because Mekhi Lemon, Steelers fans, they were excited thinking he's there. after the offensive lineman we took in our mock draft, he was off the board.
Yep.
What was interesting about that, I was on the phone with my brother. He's a Panthers fan. There were 2 picks in front of Steelers, and he wanted a defensive player. They took the offensive lineman from Georgia. He's like, oh, man, they took an offensive lineman. I said, well, that's the guy Steelers were looking at, and now Mekhi Lemon is still sitting there, and they're going to try to make a splash here in front of this crowd. And they actually – did you see the story?
Did.
How it went down?
Did.
So they're actually on the phone with Mekhi Lemon, knowing that Cowboys aren't going to take an offensive player, so he's right there for them. Eagles are trying to call him. They're not getting through to him because he's on the phone with Steelers, and he's thinking that's where he's going to end up. Eagles trade in front of Steelers, knowing that they were looking at offensive players and possibly a receiver. They get their guy.
He looks at his phone while he's talking to the Steelers, and it's like, why are the Eagles calling me? And I guess he just goes back and starts talking, ignores it. Finally, the Eagles get through to his agent. His agent hands his phone to Lemon and says, here, it's the Eagles. They're trading for you. It was wild.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here thinking, because that's exactly what Dallas did with Miami. Just moved up one spot to make sure no one, traded up and got their guy.
Right, and then you don't have to give up much either when
No.
you move up one spot like that.
I'm surprised the Steelers weren't like on the phone or making sure or talking with Dallas, making sure they weren't going to trade.
That's the part. They should have been at least in conversation with them just to say, okay, you don't have any other teams talk, and of course you can be deceiving in that.
Yeah.
If there's the team is trying to get some more picks, they can say, yeah, we got plenty of teams that are calling. If you want this pick, we need to swap spots here and make sure you're able to get who you want. But yeah, it was a drop on their part. But I think the way it played out is they were looking at both those positions, offensive line and receiver, and there's a lot more depth at receiver throughout the draft. So I think they're happy with the pick that they got. The fan base may not be happy,
Yeah.
but the organization is happy.
Yeah, that was a wild scenario. The last time Dallas and Philadelphia traded with each other in the first round was when the Eagles traded up with Dallas to get Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Dallas traded back, took Micah Parsons. Eagles would be happy if it worked out like that again. Cowboys would be happy if it worked out like that again.
It's all about getting the player you want and getting a position of need, and yeah, it works out. And most teams, they got exactly who they wanted in this draft as far as position-wise.
There were two kind of head scratchers for the analyst. It was one of the moves, the Rams, taking Ty Simpson and getting their quarterback of the future. Some people saw that coming. Others were like, probably not. But the Rams got their guy. That's all that really matters. They feel like he is the quarterback of the future.
So after the fact, they kind of gave some insight that they were hearing this throughout the day, and really that Rams were targeting Ty Simpson. But they couldn't release it and put the info out there because they didn't want to risk another team jumping in front of them to go get him. So the people that were in the know, they really kept it to themselves, and then they talked about it in detail after the pick was made. But they said that they were hearing it all day. They knew that this was the guy that Rams wanted, and they wanted him in that spot because there was a lot of talk about he could be somebody you trade back into the end of the first round for, or goes later in the first round. But they said they knew Rams wanted him at 13. So when you're hearing some backlash about it, it was more so from people that maybe didn't know, or people that just want to kind of tear down Ty Simpson being drafted in the spot that he got drafted.
I do see the argument of, look, you've got maybe a year or two left of Matthew Stafford. You got a good team. Take a pick that helps win now and go get that wide receiver or whatever you felt like was the greatest need to win now.
Thought they were going to take Mekhi Lemon.
I did too. And that was I get it. I see that argument. That was you can go back to the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers years ago, where he was wanting the Packers to make a move to help them win that season right then, and said they took Jordan Love, a quarterback of the future. And you got to balance it out. What's best for the franchise long term? What's best for the franchise short term.
And Aaron Rodgers, he should have been somebody who didn't have an issue with that at all, simply because he was in that position coming into the league as a rookie himself. He was the guy that they drafted in waiting, and then it just happens as a cycle. That's Packers' philosophy, and they've done that for years, where they're going to go get the next guy while they still have the current guy playing in place at a high level.
Maybe the biggest head scratcher of the night was the Minnesota Vikings taking Caleb Banks in the 20th. What was he? The 20th pick, 18th pick overall. There were analysts saying they had him ranked as a prospect in the 60s. Like, this is a guy that might have been there in the third round, probably there in the second round. You know how it is.
Yeah. You
like a guy, another team likes him. They could have taken him in the second round or later in the first round, and the guy that you really wanted is not there when you come back around. But that was a surprising pick by the Vikings. Fills a need, but that's a guy that could have gotten him later on.
It happens every year like that. It happens every year where they try to break it down the same way where and teams, they listen to where players are ranked to an extent, but they have their own board that they go by. They don't go by what analysts are saying and how they have certain players ranked. They go by their own board. And so if he's somebody that was high on their board, that's what they go with. They don't go with how everybody else has certain players ranked.
Well, today, what time's the draft start tonight?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So an hour earlier, the second round will get underway. So we did have two running backs go. Unfortunately, Mike Washington wasn't running back 2. But
both from Notre Dame.
Maybe he's running back 3. Pretty cool. I get to see both of those running backs play in person this year.
Oh, there was something about when
for a half.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love's highlight package just knew that they were going to show Arkansas, but he had incredible runs against Pitt. And so that's what they focused on. But then when Jadarian Price came around, they showed that Arkansas highlight.
Yeah. I think Arkansas did a decent job against Love, if memory serves. I've kind of blocked that game out.
Oh, no.
No? No? I thought Price had a really good game against Arkansas. They
Yeah,
both did?
But they both did.
Okay. Yeah, I watched the first drive of the third quarter, then I was out. But the two running backs go. Mike Washington hopefully goes today. Maybe Fernando goes late tonight into the third round. That's what he was telling us. Taylon Greenwatch could, possibly, sneak into that third round, probably fourth round, fifth round. So I think we'll have some Razorbacks going tonight.
Julian Neal, do you think he's a day 2 or day 3? More so.
I think he's a day. Let me see. I wrote this down when we had Chris Turnage on. And I just wanted to see it and compare notes later on, what he thought. These guys, when was he on with us? And he gave us all 6 of the Razorbacks and where he has them. There it is. Julian Neal, he had him as a second or third rounder. Mike Washington, second or third round. Fernando, fourth or fifth round. Taylon, fifth round. And he said it was 50-50 if Xavier Sori or Cam Ball get drafted or go free agent. So, yeah, Julian Neal also tonight. There weren't a whole lot of corners last night, was there?
No. The run on corners is happening tonight, top of second round. And some of the guys that we had mocked, Colton Hood.
Yep.
McCoy.
Yep, Jamon.
Yeah. So those guys, there's going to be a run on them tonight.
And there was the safety from a mid-major, smaller school.
Oh, yeah.
I think he is the top-rated player still available. That they were surprised that he didn't go last night.
Now, Chris Johnson did go late at the end of the first round, and we had him mocked to go in the first round.
You know what? I was impressed not only with our picks, but so many of our picks were just – they were right there. We missed it by like 1 or 2, or they were pretty much right on. And consider all the trades that went on last night that kind of threw things off.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we did a great job.
It still fell into place.
Yeah.
And so that was like, okay, Chiefs, they get Mansour Delane, but they don't get him at 9. They get him at 6. So, you get that because you got him to the right team. It kind of took a turn at pick 4 and Carnell Tate. That was where the draft kind of changed as far as how we had it mocked and how several people had it mocked throughout.
I hit our pick number 2 on Bet Saracen. I went ahead and bet it because I was like, you know what? We're confident about it. You're getting great odds. So won a little money on Bet Saracen with the that pick, but I lost it with the Cowboys. Well, the 12th pick. I had because it's not by team. I didn't bet it as team. I just bet who
by
was by the pick, and I had the Cowboys taking whoever we said. What did we say?
Reuben Bain.
Yeah, Reuben Bain. And then I was like, well, you know what? Maybe at 12, Reuben Bain goes. He just goes to a different team, and I still win. But I think he went like 13 or 14 a couple picks later.
You didn't think about hedging it as it got close and got Caleb Downs?
No, and I never even looked. Because I heard on drive time that they would go down. The bets would go down once the draft starts.
Right.
But I never looked to make sure I was grilling and watching and Razorbacks and so I never did even pull it back up to hedge it or see if I could hedge it.
It was interesting how that all fell into place too, though.
What's that?
Just Caleb Downs being there and being available right before, and they trade up one spot to make sure they get him.
Man, it was crazy. I just pick after pick after pick, and I'm like, and I was trying not to let myself get excited, right? I was like, all right, somebody's about to take him. And then all of a sudden I look up, and they had mentioned, and like I said, I don't think I had the sound on yet, and so I hadn't heard that the Cowboys had traded up. I saw it first, that their place in the draft had changed. And I was like, what did I miss? What's going on? Cowboys just, I think they're getting him. I think they're going to go get, So anyway, that was cool. That was, as a Cowboys fan, very excited about it. I'd love to hear from some of y'all about your draft, what you thought about your team. We'll take some phone calls. Here's what we got. We got Mark the Magician coming up next. Mark, man, unfortunately, we hit the 8th. Remember, he gave us the late double, hit the 8, and our horse in the 9th. Late scratch.
Oh, no.
Didn't get to run. Won a little money, but not what we were hoping. So Mark the Magician next. Still leaves. I recorded an interview with him earlier this morning. We'll play that for you. We got Sully coming in, Neil Atkinson at 2:30. We got Brian Edwards with some NBA picks at 3:30. So it's going to be a fun show. Busy show. We got the spring game to talk about. Coach Silverfield was on the morning show. We can play some of those clips. More from Dave Van Horn and the NFL draft. Glad you're with us. Stick around. It's going to be a fun day. It's Out of Bounds.
Hawks Homes presents the Morning Mayhem Razorback Review. In business for 39 years, Hawks Homes offers custom-built, manufactured, and modular homes. Find them at hawkshome.net.
This is SportsCenter.
Sylvan Hills has hired former Arkadelphia football coach Trey Shucker to lead the Bears next season. Shucker, who won a state title with the Badgers in 2024, replaces Mark Kelly after Kelly took the same position at Pulaski Academy. Shucker spent 6 seasons in Arkadelphia, leading them to 6 winning seasons and 3 conference championships. Prior to Arkadelphia, Shucker was Kelly's defensive coordinator when Searcy won the Class 6A state title in 2019. Sticking with football, the Arkansas spring game will be tomorrow in Fayetteville. The game will not be televised or streamed. Arkansas is the last SEC team to hold this spring game. You can listen to it on 106.7 Buzz 2 starting at 1:30. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
The 22nd annual Double B's Buzzbarbecue is coming up May 9th at the downtown Riverside RV Park in North Little Rock. Sample barbecue from some of the best barbecue cooks in Arkansas, competing for the coveted Buzzbarbecue Grand Champion Trophy. It's the 22nd annual Double B's Buzzbarbecue, May 9th, brought to you by Oaklawn Sports, Bud Light, and Gravely Mowers. Get your tickets at buzzbarbecue.com.
The Bumper to Bumper Certified Service Center's Indoor Car Show, Saturday, May 2nd at the Conway Expo Hall. Presented by Duck's Garage, Dewdrop Auto Parts and Service, and Jets Gas Service. New this year, Best of Show for car and truck, $1,000 Visa gift card to each winner.
Get ready for iFiesta at D3 Auto Sales in Desert, where they'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo all day on Tuesday, May 5th. Not only will there be huge inventory specials on every vehicle, along with door prizes throughout the day, but also free tacos for everyone who comes by and signs in, courtesy of Tacos at Toto Madre. Bring the entire family. There'll even be a kids' fun zone with games. All previous and new customers are welcome to stop by. And did we mention free tacos for everyone? It's all happening at D3 Auto Sales in Desert on Cinco de Mayo.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate.
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
Or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs with food and drinks every week. Reserve and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Arkansas is the natural state, and around here, conservation isn't just a priority. It's a way of life. That's why the Arkansas Best Chevy dealers are proud to partner with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to help drive habitat conservation. In honor of this partnership, your Arkansas Best Chevy dealers are celebrating in a big way. They are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. Offers strength and capability that stands out from the herd. Plus a powertrain limited warranty for 5 years or 60,000 miles, whatever comes first. For complete rules and to register to win this 2027 Chevy Silverado, Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt. Or you can see your Arkansas Best Chevy dealers for more details. No purchase necessary to win. It's open to legal residents 18 years or older who live in Arkansas. Contest ends at the end of the year. Void where prohibited. Let's head down to Hot Springs where it is storming. We're in a rain delay, or actually a weather delay because of the lightning around Hot Springs. We just had a big bolt around here, Mark, and I saw on radar there are a couple of lightning flashes down by you guys in Hot Springs.
Oh, we're right in the middle of a 30-minute delay. It's been at least 30 minutes. It's pouring down rain right now, and we had a horse take a bad step in the first race, so they may be checking the track out, make sure it's going to be safe so we can run the rest of them, or there could be a chance we may not, but you never know. It's pretty bad right now, though.
What do you, on a day like today, as a handicapper, how do you handicap the mud, the conditions?
You just look for horses that either have breeding that fits the mud conditions or horses with experience. I mean, there's several today that have really good experience in the mud, and there's one that's 3 for 3 in the mud, which we'll talk about in a minute. But you just really got to dig a little bit deeper into your handicap and add an extra hour to your work each night. That's really all you can do. It's just like on Kentucky Derby Day. I've been to many derbies where it's rained for 6, 7, 8 hours straight. I'll never forget when Smarty Jones ran back in 2004, I guess it was. It rained all day, and they had a 45-minute delay before the Kentucky Derby, and people were swimming in the infield. It was so much water out there. It's just crazy, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. They're still walking in the paddock right now, waiting on race number 2.
You know, do you catch a track bias at any point during with mud or these conditions? Like it maybe it's harder for a closer to come from behind, or you want to go straight speed. Somebody's out on the lead. Do you notice that during days like this?
Oh, yeah. If you get out there and speed, it's really hard to close in the mud because it's slower and deeper track, and you just got to really be careful. So those horses are with 2 to 3 lengths of the leader in the first strides there, those are the ones you're really looking at. They've got a chance. It's really hard to close. I know I had the one Sister Carly in the first race, and she got way, way back, but did close and get third, and the 2 horse was my second choice and got second, and then had a decent horse with a decent price trained by Bentley Combs that had won previously this year that stayed up on the lead and won the race, got lucky. So you just got to really get lucky and have some speed when you got that mud because it's just tough to close when it's wet like this, for sure. If you want to go to it, let's go to race number 4 now. Hopefully we'll get this card in. I like the number 7 horse, one of my best plays of the day, Lighted Up Louie, and race number 4 today, Exacta Trifecta in race 4, 751 and 758. And on a day like today, you won't be keying too many horses on top or first and second. You really need to box them up today on a day like this. I know we had a Exacta box yesterday and a key with a 2 horse at a 291. Well, the 2 just did not fire, and the 9 and 1 were both shots, and we were able to hit a little $103 Exacta, so that was good. And then I think in the 8th race I gave you the 5. That one won very easily. We had a big double going in the 9th, and going to the gate, they scratched my top choice, so you still get a consolation payoff on your late daily double. So it was a semi-profitable day. It was some small prices, but we didn't throw any tickets on the floor pretty much the whole day, so that was good. Let's go down to race number 8, talking about mud experience. Number 1 on the rail, Cool Cowboy. This horse loves the mud. He was third last out, 3 for 3 at Oaklawn Park. Cool Cowboy, Ramon Vasquez. Ramon won the first race today. He's one of the hot jocks of him and Christian and Francisco Arrieta, pretty much the top 3 here. And Christian, like I said, will be leaving for Kentucky, most likely Sunday or Monday, to go get ready for the Derby in the Oaks. And I believe Ramon may hang back and stay a little bit because I don't believe he has a Derby call yet and probably won't get one. So number 1, Cool Cowboy in the 8th race, 167 and 162. Wes?
Yeah, Mark, that was unfortunate. The last race we had I think it was the 9 that was scratched. Is that right? Anyway, our horse was scratched.
Yep.
And didn't get
and
that
if you
late
notice
double.
the payoff, so the payoff on the pick 3, which we had, was $68, and then when they scratched it, what that does, you get the post-time favorite. Well, the post-time favorite ended up winning, but your payoff went down to $23.40 from $68, so quite a dramatic drop, and the daily double went from $20 down to $9.50, so basically got cut in half. It's still better than not getting anything, but it's just bad when they're going to the post, and never really got a reason for that. They just said late scratch, and I'm sure there was something walking funny. Something had to happen for a vet to scratch a horse like that, or a jockey didn't like the way the horse was walking. Who knows what it was? I never did get the word on that one for sure, Wes.
All right, take us out the door, winner.
Let's go out the door, winner. I'll be here all weekend, and like I said, I'll be heading for Kentucky next Wednesday, and I'll call you from next Thursday and Friday from Churchill Downs. Aaron Rodgers and his crew's coming back, so we'll be up there having a grand time, I'm sure, and no telling who else will show up at the Kentucky Derby and the Oaks next Friday and Saturday at Churchill Downs. Going out the door, race number 10 today, number 11, Bravitas. Number 11, Bravitas. Keith Asmussen riding this one. Eric Asmussen. He's got a brother named Keith and then Eric. They're brothers, so they both ride for their dad, Steve Asmussen. Eric happens to be on this one. These are very, very cheap maidens. $15,000 claimers, 12.5 claimers, really cheap horses, 11.24 and 11.27 in the nightcap at Oaklawn Park. Wes?
Mark, thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week. Have a great weekend, guys.
Let's make some money. Sorry. Jump the trigger. My bad. Sorry, Mark. Let's go to the Middleton Eaton Air text line real quick. 501 says, I love this show, guys. Wes, Joe, y'all do an amazing job. Thank you. That's a nice text on a Friday. 901 says, the Packers had the best pick.
Micah Parsons.
Earl says, Mark didn't do well yesterday. Better luck today. Yeah, I had 2 winners out of 4, 2 for 4. And then what hurt was that last race. If we'd have got the 9 in, hit the late double, that would have made us a winner. JW, I do not understand why the NFL picks quarterbacks that seem to be underdeveloped like Ty Simpson. Look at the big games. He fell off towards the end. This was his only start this year. What was so glamorous about that? Yeah, this was his only year to be a starter at Alabama. Gotcha. On the spring game, I think it's ridiculous that the university is not airing it. This is not good for a first-year coach, especially for people that can't make it. How do you expect to build a fan base behind you? JW, I agree with you. I'm very disappointed that the spring game is not going to be televised. I think they're missing a great opportunity. I said this to Acre, and he actually agreed with me. So that's rare. But when you have a new head coach with a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, new schemes, all these new players, you got a quarterback battle, there's interest in this program right now. And the game is not streamed? I don't get it. I don't like it. I think they should have done everything in their power to put this on so that the fans who are hungry, and I get it, you want them there in the stadium, but not everybody can make it. Not everybody can get up there. And this is I think, a golden opportunity to show off your program and give a starving fan base a little nugget, just a little something to chew on between now and the fall.
It's kind of where it is now. They refuse to do it.
I never could find it. Silverfield was on the morning show, and I don't know if he addressed that this morning, if they even asked him about it. We've got some clips, but none of those clips are about that. Let's go to Will. What's up, Will?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
It's all good.
How about those pigs in baseball last night,
that was
man?
Nice.
Down 3-0, easy money.
Yeah, yeah. Came back, but they didn't cover the 3.5.
Yeah, I had them on the money line.
Oh, yeah, that was – you sweat it, though. What was it, like minus 350?
No. I got it at 3 once it was 3-0.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
they were down 3-0.
Oh, you took them live bet. Got you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Good for you. That's awesome.
And listen, you can do this with this team all day long because we're not always the favorites.
Well,
we usually are.
And the way they're coming back right now, I mean, that 8th inning, there's something cool going on with this team in the 8th inning. And after the game, they talked about it, how I think it was Zach Stewart. He was like, everyone on this team, we know as long as we've got outs, we still think we're going to win the game. And that's what happens when you have several comeback victories. You get that confidence that you're never out of a game. So I think you're on to something.
Hey, our Deeds can beat anybody as well on any night in America, as long as our bats are swinging.
Yep.
So, man, I like our chances and I like our odds because, again, talking about kind of like last night, you're going to get good odds for simple things. So I'll be all on them, just like I was the Razorbacks in basketball to win it all.
Sweet.
But just a couple comments real quick and a question for Joe, or a comment and then a question for Joe. Who are the Ravens looking to get tonight? I haven't been following it.
Yeah, tonight, man, everything is kind of up in the air. But they have different positions of need, and they have a new coaching staff. So it's going to be a different philosophy altogether. And we saw how Giants draft kind of came together with John Harbaugh being there now. But Ravens, with the GM they have and Eric DaCosta, I think they have a certain philosophy that they live by, even though John Harbaugh isn't there to be an active part of it. It'll be more DaCosta, and then Jesse Mentor. He'll be able to kind of give his feel and his philosophy as years go on.
Right. Well, my opinion is they need a stud defensive tackle like a Dexter Lawrence or something. Obviously, he's hard to come by, but my point is we need a Reuben Bain or somebody like that. I don't know if he'll even be available or whatever, but we just need some deep. Our D line has been lacking lately.
Yeah, they could have gotten Peter Woods last night if they wanted him. I mean, they had plenty of D tackles right there that they could have taken.
Right. Well, cool, man. It'll be interesting. I'm looking for I've got the broom already out. We're sweeping Missouri. I'll be all over Missouri. Be all over Arkansas to beat Missouri tonight at 7, and then also tomorrow with the broom.
Sweep.
Thanks. Easy money, Wes.
All right,
Will. One more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. Hey, horses run true to form in the mud. You always want the speed horse. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you. Maybe we should root for Missouri to jump out to a lead, so that helps our odds on the money line, and then jump on it with a live bet because this team's going to come back and you feel good about them winning. So last night, falling down 3-0 paid off for Will, and you're able to hammer that money line live bets. We'll have Neil Atkinson on a little later from Bet Saracen. Let's take a break. We'll get back to the baseball hogs. Still Eves. Recorded an interview with him a little earlier. We'll play that for you. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
It's Truck Month at Guatney Chevrolet, and Silverado is leading the way. Get GM supplier pricing on select 2026 Silverados. That's a $12,000 discount with interest rates starting at just 1.9%. Or pick up a 2026 Colorado LT Crew Cab for $32,997. More capability, more technology, and more truck for your money. If you've been thinking about a new truck, now is the time at Guatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Down payment may be required. With approved credit, restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Do you know what would really happen to your home and your savings if something happened to you? Get the answers at a free estate planning seminar on Tuesday, April 28th at 10 a.m. at the Heber Springs Community Center. Attorneys Mitch Cash, with over 30 years of experience, and Carter Horton will explain wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, and how to protect your assets from nursing home costs. Seating is limited. Call 870-856-2175 to reserve your spot today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
When you think CertaPro Painters, you probably think interior and exterior painting for homes and commercial properties, which we do beautifully. But did you know that we're more than just paint? CertaPro also provides expert carpentry, sheetrock repairs, deck and fence staining, and durable garage and patio concrete coatings. Whether you're refreshing your home, upgrading a commercial space, or restoring outdoor areas, we deliver professional results with the quality and service you expect. Call CertaPro Painters today or schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's certainty.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports, is now available in Arkansas. Right now, FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. From player props to your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. It's everything you need in one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, legal requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When work needs doing or the trail calls, you need a machine that's ready for both. Honda's line of Pioneer side-by-side. Choose the Compact 520, the powerful 700 series, or go big with the 1000 line. Built for 3, 5, or 6. Visit Honda of Russellville or HondaofRussellville.com today and find your perfect Honda Pioneer side-by-side. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear a seatbelt and close the side nets and doors when operating. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Steel Eaves on Out of Bounds is brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance.
Let's bring in Steel Eaves. He joined us on the D3 Auto Sales Hotline. What's up, Steel? How are you?
Good, man. I'm doing well. How are you?
That's good. It's good to have you on a game day. Nice win last night. What'd you think about the way your teammates played?
You know, I think after that first inning, Dietz really locked in. And, you know, he gave us 7 innings of no-run ball after that. And I think being able to rely on a guy like him, you know, anchor the team down, and gave our offense a chance to you know, get us back in the game. And, you know, then our bullpen just, you know, does what they do and finish out the game strong for us.
Still, do you get a sense that opposing teams are sitting on that first pitch fastball? Because I noticed it again last night, and I noticed it in the Georgia game.
Yeah, I'd say so. They're hunting the heater. That's a lot of teams, a lot of players. That's what they're wanting to do. But, yeah, I mean, when they're sitting heater and they get one, the people we play are really good. It's SEC, you know. They're gonna punish you if you make mistakes.
It's a great little mental battle right there, because as a pitcher, you want to get that first pitch strike, right? So a lot of guys are coming in with their best pitch, a fastball, trying to get ahead in the count, but yet they're starting to sit fastball. That's a neat little mental battle that's going on.
Yes, sir. Anytime you can get that first strike, the differences in like batting averages between like a 1-0 count and a 0-1 count is pretty different. So, you know, you want to get ahead in the count, and that just gives the advantage to the pitcher.
How was the mood in the locker room hotel last night?
You know, the mood was really good, especially on the bus. We were pretty excited. I was very proud of the way that, you know, we got off to a bad start, and that wasn't how the game ended. You know, we got through it, and we held it there, and we gave our offense a chance to, you know, score those runs. And especially as a pitcher, to see our pitching staff do that yesterday was really huge, and I was really proud of our guys.
How about Stewart going back home to Missouri and getting the game winner, that 2-run shot?
Yeah, that was awesome. You know, I love it for him. He's one of our big-time players. We're going to need him for the rest of the year. And, yeah, I mean, that was super clutch right there. Those 2 runs, we ended up winning by 1 run, so those 2 runs were really important.
Did you know it was gone as soon as he hit it?
Oh, 100%. The ball was mashed on. You kind of knew it straight off the bat. And the wind was howling out yesterday. So, you know, as soon as, you know, big, strong guy like him hits one, that's going to go a long way.
Are you guys tired as pitching staff? I'm sure the hitters are happy, but are you tired of pitching with that wind howling out? That's 2 games in a row, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most fun, but can't let it really affect you. But it does kind of suck, because some of those mistakes turn into, or some of those mishit balls that, you know, are deep fly balls or warning track are now over the fence. So the room for error is a little bit smaller.
I've gotten to where I look at the forecast and see where the wind's coming. Tonight it's going to be totally opposite. It's going to be a north wind, I guess, blowing in from left field. Do you do that?
Yeah. Well, the way we know is DVH when we get, you know, on Thursdays, and either if we're at home, or I guess it'd be Wednesday for this week. If we're at home or away, he usually gives us like the weekend weather report. like he's a meteorologist. And yeah, he was like, it's gonna be blown out on our first game, and then the next day it's gonna be completely flipped, and then could do whatever on Saturday. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it really doesn't affect how we pitch, like mentally. But it definitely does turn some of those balls that don't get out on a normal day. They do. They end up getting out.
Last night, Arkansas, you guys scored your last 4 runs with 2 outs. How big is that for the dugout when you get the 2-out single from Rutenbaugh, 2-out home run from Stewart?
In the dugout, I'm sure they were going crazy, but personally in the bullpen, we were having a grand old time. Especially when Rutenbaugh got that hit and we scored 2, tied up, we went crazy. And then Stewart hits that 2-run home run and just the energy. And then after that, Gackle and McElvain come in, shut it down, and I think those 2 guys, putting the team on their back, really gave our bullpen a chance to, go do what they do. So I think getting that momentum from Rutenbaugh and Stewart was really important.
What do you think of Columbia in that ballpark?
I kind of like it. I like the all turf, and the one thing I will say is that the mound looks really steep. So that's something that's a little different from our place and other places. And that's kind of a cool thing about traveling on the road is everybody's park's a little different. All the environments are different. So it's kind of fun to play in these different situations and environments.
How long does it take a pitcher to get used to a different mound?
I wouldn't say too long. Maybe a few pitches. Maybe once you're done with your warm-ups. But it is a little different, feeling like coming down steeper versus flat. And it definitely affects the way that your pitches move too.
Are the mounds at least similar in the bullpen to the playing field, or is it totally different mounds when you get out there and you're warming up and then you go out to warm up again?
No, they're usually pretty similar to what the field mound is going to be. And I'm not saying like Mizzou's mound is just unpitchable or it's like way too steep, but it is a little bit steeper than other places that we played at. And I mean that's just something that we have to adapt to, and it's just part of the game.
All right, I know the goal is to win tonight and then go for the sweep on Saturday. How you feel? How do you feel like the team's doing?
Oh, I'm ultra confident in our guys. I think Rutenbaugh and Stewart, what they did last night, might light a little fire under everybody else, get us going a little quicker today. But also props to their starter. I mean, that dude was really good. I'm talking about really good. And got through him, got in the bullpen, and good things started happening. And I think tonight will be similar. But I think we're going to get off to a little bit quicker start.
That is Steele Eves with us on Game Day, Arkansas, tonight at Missouri, 7 o'clock, SEC Network. Get to watch it on TV tonight, 7 o'clock, SEC Network. A couple of breaking news items to hit on before we hit this break. Neither one of them are really good. Mustafa Cham, big guy that Arkansas was hoping to bring in. He's going to Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Michigan reloading.
Of course. I mean, and it's easy to do that when you're a national champion. It's easy, especially the way they had their setup. They had a starting 5 that all were portal guys, and they're all leaving. Now you just say, hey, we can do it all over again. This is how you sell it in recruiting.
So cross Mustafa Cham off the list for an Arkansas big guy. Back to the drawing board. They're already at the drawing board. Also, sad news. I hate this. For the University of Arkansas, they are discontinuing the men's and women's tennis teams. Yeah, Joe gave me that funny look. It's been just released a few minutes ago. Brandon Marcello tweeted out Arkansas is one of the first major athletic departments in the country to eliminate a program in the revenue sharing era. He did some looking, and Brandon Marcello tweeted out that the programs, both the men and women's tennis programs combined, to spend $2.5 million and brought in $3,200 in revenue. So you do the math, it's about 2.49, 2.47 that they're saving by getting rid of the tennis program.
Yeah, that's not good,
No,
though.
it's
I mean,
not.
because other money from other programs should be able to carry those sports. And tennis has been around forever.
Maybe it's a money issue with streaming the game, and that's why they're not streaming it, just cutting all corners.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good.
It's not.
Not good to hear from a university that's trying to excel in not only football and the major sports, but trying to excel in many sports across the board.
Yeah, Hunter's always talking about that, how the other programs are doing in that Director's Cup, and how Arkansas does in all the sports, not just the main ones. Tennis is gone at the end of the spring. Hate to share that bad news. We'll take a break. Coming up in the second hour, Steve Sullivan will join us. We have Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. We will take some phone calls. I'll hit the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Talk about the draft also. Busy day today. Glad you're with us. Stick around. Hour number 2 is next.
Golf is a game of precision and power. Every detail matters. The same must be true for luxury. Genesis delivers with every stroke of craftsmanship, every stitch of quality, and every surge of performance. During the Genesis Signature event, get 0.99% financing on a new GB80 or GB70. Experience the Genesis GB80 or GB80 Coupe for yourself at Genesis of Conway. The future of luxury today.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Cabot Outdoors has your Get Ready to Save Big during the Hustler Spring Sales event through May 31st. Save up to $350 off the Raptor Series and up to $550 off the Fast Track Series zero-turn mowers at participating Hustler dealers. Hustler's engineered and tested for long-lasting performance designed to keep you mowing season after season. Visit CabotOutdoors.com. Shop the Hustler Spring Sales event today. Offer valid 4/15/26 through 5/31/26 or while quantities last. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Game time or play time. We're here all the time.
I wish you had more time.
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Conway police are confirming how their new Flock license plate readers will be used amid concerns from the community. They say these cameras only capture still images of license plates, not drivers. They also say they are not used for traffic cases or live surveillance. They are used for recording stolen vehicles or finding missing juveniles. Images are also said to be deleted automatically after 30 days unless they are needed in an active investigation. Police say the system is not taxpayer funded. The $180,000 system is funded through assets seized from criminal activity. And National Drug Take Back Day is this weekend. Police departments around the state take part in the DEA's initiative to prevent the misuse of prescription drugs. You can drop off your medication Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Drop-off locations can be found at ardrugtakeback.org. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
What's on tap? Brought to you by Flyway Brewing. It's always open season at Flyway Brewing, serving 2 Central Arkansas locations, North Little Rock, and now open in Breckenridge Village. Check out current promotions at flywaybrewing.com. Flyway Brewing. Follow the migration. We encourage you to wet your beak responsibly.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Today is an Arkansas Storm Team Alert Day. Our main threat today, damaging wind from the thunderstorms rolling through. It is an 80% chance of rain and thunderstorms, and we'll have a high temperature of 72. Still a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms tonight, mainly this evening. Overnight, we'll drop down to 60. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
This is Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. With Razorback baseball heating up this spring, the Wild Side is making a temporary move, airing Wednesday nights at 7 through the end of April. The Wild Side, the outdoor show you've been waiting for, only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Oaklawn is here for when you want nonstop racing and nonstop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
Hello, Arkansas. Hawks is celebrating its 40th anniversary this month. In honor of that, we're selling a home at $39,995. We also have other specials going on, other models as well. Be sure to take advantage of this great deal. Only lasts the month of April. They can be viewed at Bryant and Conway, or go online to hawkshomes.net.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Harry Douglas.
He doesn't need to come back to basketball and be full throttle until that hamstring is fully recovered. And even then, I still think he is still going to be a process. But whenever you go through it multiple times in a season, like you mentioned, he missed 49 games. Now, from a team perspective for Oklahoma City and their organization, I'm not worried about him because I believe, number one, in Mark Daigneault, the way he's been able to coach, the coaching staff, developing players, and they're one of the deepest teams in the NBA. That's one of the reasons why they were able to win the NBA championship a year ago. And you still have the best player in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You have Chet Holmgren still, so you still have major pieces in play. I think Chet Holmgren is now going to have to take his game to another level.
Absolutely.
From a playoff perspective, he was able to do it in the regular season, but he's going to have to take his game to another level, and I do believe in the pieces coming off the bench and other surrounding pieces that they're going to be able to hold it down as well.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code THRIVE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code THRIVE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code THRIVE to borrow up to $10,000.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
Way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral.
All right, it's time for your Razor Hog update. Arkansas baseball wins Game 1 at Missouri, 5-4. Game 2 tonight, 7 o'clock on the SEC Network. Zach Stewart, the big blow in the 8th inning, 2-run home run. Here's Dave Van Horn.
I mean, he did a really good job fouling off some tough sliders. And the pitch right before it, he fouled it off over towards our dugout. And, the one he hit out of the park was elevated. It was one of maybe the only breaking ball that the pitcher left up a little bit. And, he'd seen enough of him where he didn't hook it. He just stayed through it, hit it a long way. We knew it was going right when it left the bat. So pretty exciting.
Here's Zach Stewart on that big blast.
I think I saw that really well, and then that led to eventually doing what I did the next pitch.
And this morning, Ryan Silverfield was on with Baz and Roger. Here's Coach Silverfield.
Well, I think part of it is, listen, we're going out there to win right now, and our players are working diligently to do that. And I can promise the fans we're going to come out swinging. And I think, just talking to a lot of fans and talking to a lot of people in this great state is, Coach, just put out a product this year where the guys are playing really hard.
Yeah, sure.
Man, let's see where there's discipline and improvement in that. We can see the growth and all that things. And listen, we're going to come out swinging, and we're going to have a ton of success here, right? I plan on being in Arkansas for a long, long time. The staff's excited about it. The players are excited about it. And so the reality of it is what does that equate to, wins and losses? I can't answer that.
Yeah,
nobody can. But I told our guys, let's be really good at the things we can control, and that's ultimately going to lead to success. And then it's our job to continue to build this roster the way we want year in and year out. But ultimately, hey, I can tell the fans they're going to be pleased and they're going to love the way we play football.
Spring game tomorrow. You can listen to it on 106.7 The Buzz, but you can't watch it. Steve Sullivan joins us now. I've been critical about this for the last 2 days. I think they made a huge mistake. I don't know what's behind it and why they're not doing it, but they should have done everything possible to at least stream it because fans are hungry right now to see this team.
Well, the problem you've got is no university, it's no independent thinkers. They do what the masses do. And no one else is televising, or at least two are televising, just in the SEC. So they're going with the group. Well, you're in Arkansas. I go back to Houston Nutt. He took over as head coach with Danny Ford. And I tell you, the Danny Ford era, it was, the passion for Razorback football hit maybe an all-time low there. I mean, there was no one at a game at War Memorial. I mean, and that was a time when people showed up for games. That was one of his last games. And Houston took over, and he did something that no one else did in the SEC. He let Channel 7 cameras for the coaching show. And he didn't know how good he was going to be in the locker room for pregame, halftime, at the end of the game.
Wow.
And he could have gone 3-8 or 3-9, but that was to grow the program, to give people something they don't see normally. And that's the way Silverfield's got to think. Hey, the handwriting's on the wall. You go 3-9, you'll have, instead of having 2 offensive line coaches, you'll have 1 next year. Reality is, someone's going to pay for, they're sacrificing right now for football. Tyson's taking care of basketball. Golf is safe because Tyson loves to golf. But tennis was the easy out, I think, because it's mostly foreign players. They don't make money, but it sends a message that, we financially are struggling if we're thinking, getting rid of tennis is going to help us.
Yeah. $2.5 million.
Yeah. And I'm with you on the football. You've got to drum up publicity. You got to have, everyone see someone break for an 80-yard run, and see how good Sutton Smith is, not just have like Baz tell you.
And I get it. They want to get people in the stands.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You could have just kept this quiet and then last minute saying, yes, it is going to be streamed, and try to get as many people there as possible. But still, I think of the alumni in Dallas. They would love to see this. The far reaches of
especially
Arkansas,
when you're a new
that would love to
coach on
see
a struggling team, on a program that you got to find hope somewhere. And this is your chance to get people excited about the football season.
How about we'll stay with football. What is it you want to see tomorrow out of the team?
I love the fact that they're doing it, splitting up the teams. It's not ones against the world.
Yeah.
It'll be more competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, because you'll have some twos fighting against ones, right there in working with ones. That'll make for an interesting scenario. Out the quarterbacks, I think I may be way wrong, but I think KJ Jackson's the guy. I heard Cramsey talk about they're both struggling in areas. One is not as consistent with his throws. The other's not as consistent with turnovers. That's a big difference. They do not want to turn over the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think the money you invested in KJ, just keeping him with the program and kind of saying that early on that you're kind of back, and, you know, and unless he just, you know, when the lights are on or whatever's on tomorrow, if people in the stands.
Are you going up?
I can't. I've got, Bluey on Sunday, so I have to go up and back.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yep. Grandkids rule at this time.
Well,
you know?
that's what I got. I got kids. You know, it's a big weekend. And I can't
jealous,
go up.
you know, selfishly, I'd like to see it on TV.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd like to hear a reason why they're not.
Yes.
In this age where everything is streamed.
Yes. Well, look, I knew they ran into the problem not too long ago because they had 3 events going on at once,
Yeah.
and they couldn't stream the Razorback baseball game.
Yeah, I
because
remember that. Yes.
They had the softball going on
Yeah.
and something else. I can't remember
The
what.
softball was a conference game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they streamed it. You got softball going on.
Call those guys like Steve Henson who do those games.
Well, it's already wired. You know, the stadium's wired.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
gotta just fire it up. I guess surely there'll be like a lot of highlights and stuff on.
Oh, without a doubt.
YouTube
yeah.
and
Especially with it, you know, the university's got to be smart. Not just give us like the end of a play. Give us like the whole play.
Is Jack going up?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what y'all should do. Is just put the game on YouTube afterwards. The clips.
Yeah, just the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
would
widely viewed.
It would probably be, if you shoot it from above, it'd be the way to go.
Yeah.
Because people could get a good view. Jack's a great photographer, though, so he doesn't miss many plays. That guy is just I've never found anybody that follows the baseball consistently as well as he does. I mean, it's a pleasure to watch our highlights. If I shoot them, it's not as enjoyable.
So you're saying we can tune into Channel 7 and watch highlights and we'll know exactly who shot it?
Yeah.
If it's really good?
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's kind of messed up. It's you.
Yeah. I go back a little just to get everything, you know.
It's Mustafa Cham. He's going to Michigan.
Yeah.
How concerned are you?
A little bit, but you know, what does this do to this highly touted freshman that was visiting Michigan too?
Mm-hmm.
He obviously isn't going to go there now.
That's a good point.
You know, so it would put us probably in the driver's seat for him. I was worried because he was visiting Michigan last. That would be his school.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't see them getting both guys.
That would be quite the coup.
Yeah, it would be. You know, and I just don't see Cal getting left out. I mean, you know what a need it is. I mean, every fan knows that was a need. You need more than like Cooper Bowser weighs like 220 pounds soaking wet. And our other guy, Paulo
Semedo. I was listening to Aaron Torres last night. And he said the power forward from Central Florida that entered the portal at the last minute. That could be a possibility because he played at Kentucky under Cal years ago.
Yes. They need some muscle.
Yes.
I mean, that was obvious watching them.
And he was a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
So
and they need 3-point shooting too.
Could fit not the same as Brazil, but a power forward that can stretch the floor and pop out and shoot it if you need to.
It's good for the player, but it's tough for the university when you have someone like Malik Thomas where you're 50-50, you don't know. You know, you're trying to recruit another guard, and people against you are telling you, oh, they got Malik Thomas waiting to come back. You're going to be sitting behind him and the transfer.
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they were able to get him, though.
Yeah.
You think about it, because Wilkinson's like.
Oh, he's going to play.
He's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
You know, one of the main scorers if Malik Thomas doesn't come back. But that all changes if Malik Thomas comes back.
Yeah. It's you know, and then what's been up with Billy Richmond?
Just quiet.
Yeah. And, you know, he didn't enter the portal, which is a good sign.
That's a great sign.
Yeah, so if he's coming back, and I assume he's coming back.
When's the deadline to enter your name in the draft, Joe? Is it today?
Well, it was yesterday. Yesterday.
So Billy didn't even enter his name in the draft.
Yeah.
So he's back, right?
Yeah, I wish he'd make some kind of announcement. These days, you just can't assume on anyone.
Well, I guess he made an announcement without making an announcement.
Yeah.
If he didn't enter the draft and didn't enter the portal, then what else is he going to do?
And then what if Malik Ewan gets his waiver? I mean, I think the reason he went in the portal was just in case Arkansas has over their number of big men that he has an option. but I think he'd still like to come back,
Yeah.
if he can.
We had Andrew Hutchinson on earlier this week, and he threw out that scenario that basically protecting himself.
Yeah.
Arkansas's protecting themselves.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
And if it works out, it works out.
Yeah.
He left open the door of him returning. What if this was all over Twitter yesterday afternoon? The NCAA looking into and maybe pushing forward the 5 seasons to play 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years to play 5 seasons and grandfathering it into this year's senior class.
Yeah,
How crazy could that be?
I don't think they do that now, because everybody's, budgeted their money.
They've spent their money.
Yeah.
I mean, Brazil.
if
What if
this was
Brazil
done-
goes undrafted
Yeah.
and then he could come back for another year?
Yeah. Oh, he'd come back to Arkansas. He loves Coach Cal. He'd get his $1 million. And but I think you've got to the point now. If you did this a couple of months ago, you could get it done before people started to, set their rosters.
I think it was Patino that said, "Look, teams have spent like 80% of their money already.
Yeah, and he's
where's
right
the money
too.
coming from?
Yeah,
that could be chaos.
But we've got Tyson, so we just go, "Hey, buddy, we got to get him. We need to win a
Can we
championship.
go get
over
one
here."
more?
Yeah.
Can we have one more player?
Yeah.
All right, baseball. They get it done last night. Come from behind, 8th inning. You all into this rally cat and the 8th inning magic on this team?
I just like the fact that this team it's developed, and they're keeping with it. You have power all over the lineup. You know that last night when game was tied and they got through the middle of the lineup, but I said we're done. They got through Kojal and Helfrich and Ruiz, and I figured, and then you get the walk and the home run from Stewart, who's been quiet. And
2 outs.
Hey, and does Pompey ever hit just an insignificant home run? He hits it in the biggest moments of the games they need him.
Yeah.
Because they had nothing going offensively, and he hits that solo shot.
Yeah, that kind of got him going.
Yeah, I thought Hunter Deese was great last night.
He was.
I mean, a lot of guys would be shook.
Well, they jumped, and I think he realized it.
First
It was
pitch
a
of
simple
the game.
First pitch fastball.
Yeah.
They knock it out. Then they get on base. Next, first pitch fastball.
Yeah.
Knock it out of the park. So what's he start doing?
Yeah.
Throwing breaking balls on his first pitch.
Yeah, you mentioned that to
Steele.
That happened to Steele too.
It did the other night. Dave Van Horn pointed it out.
Yeah, they jumped on his fastball. I think he's pitched well. I've been impressed with him.
I know it's not in vogue to criticize Ryder Helfrich, but maybe he needs to quit calling so many first pitch fastballs.
And I noticed we took a lot of pitches last night early. I think
first inning.
Phil Elson mentioned on the radio that our first time through the order that everyone took 2 pitches.
Huh.
Yeah.
If that was a mandate.
Yeah, this guy was wild. We get the guy when he's at his A game and he strikes out 11, and I think that's just our DNA. We're going to strike out a lot, but the fact that you get a guy Rutenbar who's going to put it in play, that was such a huge hit to tie the game.
Oh.
2 outs right up the middle.
He's done that twice.
He has been.
He did that against was it Georgia?
Yeah, he has been so good. Yeah, knocked it through the
or
right
no,
side.
it was on midweek game against Missouri State.
Yeah, he has been so good. And in a situation like that, there's probably no one I'd rather have up because he's going to make contact.
Yeah. If you had a runner on third, nobody out, less than 2 outs, you got to get him in. You feel like he's going to get the job done.
But that pitcher was good.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was.
And
After that first inning, he was really good.
It was good to see Gabe Gackle hit 96 on the gun. Mm-hmm. He hadn't been the same guy. That wasn't the guy we saw as a freshman even recently with that fastball. And I think Van Horn was really impressed that, he got that velo up last night.
No, that was a nice game. They played well, came from behind, 2 out hitting, Rutenbar, and then the home run from Zach Stewart. I feel like they're building a little confidence and, just take care of business because Missouri's not good. That's their best pitcher.
Yeah.
And I pointed it out. They haven't won a game 2 all year in the SEC. Missouri is 0 in game 2.
They haven't won a home game, SEC home game, in like 2 years.
What?
Yes.
They went winless. I know they only won 3 games last year.
Yeah, they didn't win one at home.
And they won 2 of them on the road at Kentucky, and the other one was,
somewhere else.
on the road.
Yeah, they haven't won an SEC home game since 2024.
That is wild.
Yeah.
We think Arkansas is having a down year because they've already lost 10 home games.
Look at LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a record. I looked at their record last night. It's like 24-18.
Like they're not going to the tournament.
Yeah, crazy. It's when you go all in on the portal, you can get a national championship team, or you can get this, or you can go like LSU and Georgia. I mean, Coach complained about Georgia, and I watched the way they built their team. But I watched them. Man, they're big guys. They field well. I mean, they recruited just great players out of the portal.
And their game 2 pitcher, that
he
hurt
was good.
himself.
Yeah.
I never heard what the injury was
No,
when
it
he
was
had to
nothing.
come out of the game.
It was a cramp.
So he's fine?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, but
Then we
it
saw
was
that
between Arkansas and LSU.
Yeah.
And he visited Arkansas, and everybody thought he was coming here. And then all of a sudden, he ends up at Georgia.
Yeah. We see the wiffle ball guy for like Aoki for 7 innings.
I hate those guys against Arkansas. They cannot hit those kind of guys.
No, and Van Horn had no respect for him because he threw like just 80% breaking balls.
Junk.
He said after the game, he said, the guy, that's about all I'll give him, he said. He has no respect for guys like that. That's why you really don't see Arkansas ever get a guy like that.
No. When's the
know?
last time they had somebody like that? It's just all breaking stuff.
Yeah, cops. What they taught him that pitch, man. What the pickle juice? I don't know what he was throwing, but did we use him that year? Was that incredible?
He got released. Kevin Bohannon was telling me he's not even in the minors right now.
Yeah, I think they said the problem with him at Arkansas was he's always tweaking. Nothing was good enough. And he finally found the right thing at Arkansas, but I think he started tweaking again. And
were you happy with the NFL draft last night?
Yeah, I mean it's not like the NBA draft when you know all the players. I was surprised to see a running back go 3. Even though it's Jeremiah Love, this day and age, you aren't seeing running backs go in the top 5.
Guess that's how special he is.
Yeah, he's different.
Yeah, we'll see how different he is for the Cardinals.
What'd your Patriots do?
They picked an offensive lineman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Played tackle.
Yeah,
It's-
big guy, like
yeah.
6'6", 315 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he was playing the right side in the highlights.
You
got to
protect the franchise there.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Well, that was a definite need.
He's supposed to get A.J. Brown here soon, according to Rossini. And
oh, boy. It's happening. It is happening. They took Mekhi Lemon,
Yes.
Eagles, so
Yes.
the wheels are in motion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're preparing for life after AJ, and
Yeah.
y'all are preparing for life with him.
Yeah, we got Romeo Dubs, too. So, we've kind of retooled our receiver room.
I saw that he was on the trade market
Yeah.
because they were thinking if they bring in AJ Brown,
Yeah.
they could get rid of him.
Yeah. They've got it's an okay receiving room, not great.
No.
But, you want the guy replacing Diggs. You want to have a proven guy.
That's the guy. No, that would be a tremendous upgrade for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Today, you think Mike Washington goes round 2 or 3,
I hope
or
so.
Julian Neal?
It's just really wild. As terrible as we were winning 2 games, that we have so many guys in the draft mix. They go blow up at the combine. Mike Washington. That was the guy they told us about in the preseason.
Yes. Yeah. How fast he was?
Yes.
Yeah.
We finally found out.
That's right. Petrino, the clip of Petrino.
Yes, we finally found out at the combine. And then Taylor Green, he is the most interesting pick. It says he won't play wide receiver. When they draft you, they can do whatever they want with you.
That's a good point. He goes to his locker, and all of a sudden, those aren't the shoulder pads of a quarterback. It's
Yeah.
a wide receiver's shoulder pads,
But
and
there's
he's wearing
someone-
88.
Hey, with the freakish numbers he put up at the combine, there's always someone trying. We were intrigued, and there's going to be someone out there that's going to say, wow, the potential of this guy. The sky's the limit with this dude. Great kid.
Great. How crazy would it be if the commissioner comes to the podium and with the so-and-so pick, the so-and-so team takes wide receiver Taylor Green?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah. He straight out told
I thought I was
Gruden.
playing quarterback.
Yeah. I would think the smart thing would say is, I just want to get drafted, and I'll do whatever they want me to do with that team.
I'm a football player.
Yeah.
Sully, we appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming
It's
in.
a good day to be inside.
You going out and shooting something tonight?
Not a chance.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Neil Atkinson from Betts Harrison joins us. This is Out of Bounds.
and the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
This is SportsCenter.
Zach Stewart hit a tie-breaking 2-run home run in the 8th inning Thursday. That gave the number 24 Arkansas baseball team a 5-4 victory over Missouri. The Tigers used a solo home run and a 2-run shot in the first inning to take a 3-0 lead. TJ Pompey put the Hogs on the board with a solo home run in the 5th. Carter Rutenbar then tied the game at 3-3 in the 7th with a 2-run single. Game 2 of the series gets underway at 7 o'clock tonight. Phil Elson will have the pregame show starting at 6:30 here on The Buzz. You can also watch the game on SEC Network. There was one other SEC baseball game Thursday night. Alabama used a 3-run third inning to take the lead for good, then padded that lead with 3 runs in both the 6th and 7th innings. They beat Tennessee 12-8. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, whether it's damage from smoke, water, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Rescue make you whole again. Their extensively trained team, state-of-the-art equipment, and 24/7 rapid response will help get your life back on track fast. Because this isn't just their service area, it's their home. When you need them, find them at ArkansasRestorationExperts.com. Rainbow Restoration, where they restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours for just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Arkansas, your moment has arrived. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino, is officially live in your state. Now you can make every matchup even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, player props, and more, all from your phone. It's safe, secure, and easy to use. And to get things started, new Arkansas customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, just non-stop action. Powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 1037TheBuzz. New Arkansas customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 1037TheBuzz. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino. Gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700. 21 and over. Arkansas only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that 1st and 15. Yeah, and this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. 1st
All right, back at it. Out of bounds, Westmore, Joe Franklin. And Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. He joins us now. What's up, Neil? How are you?
Hey, doing pretty good. Survived the first night of the NFL draft, and trying to watch it and playoff games at the same time was a little bit of a challenge, but heck, somebody's got to do it.
I made a couple small wagers on the players to be picked at what position, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it added a little entertainment value for me with the draft. Hit 1 out of 3, so I was a small winner. How popular was that last night?
I mean, it was pretty popular. It did what an average NBA playoff individual game would do, maybe a little bit of that one. But what I noticed yesterday, there was just 2 player markets that really, really paid out. And we were a loser on the draft on last night. I know everybody's feeling sorry for us, but the David Bailey was the biggest payout at the number 2 pick.
Heck yeah.
Because of his odds.
I hit that.
And and Arvell Reese, we paid out a lot on him also. Of course, he was the 5th pick with the Giants. So I know, Arvell and David Bailey, because of their position, were neck and neck leading up until the draft as far as the number 2 pick. But we adjusted and the players adjusted and got their money down, and they cashed pretty well on those particular 2 markets were the big winners, and it was the majority of the winnings that were paid out. Because, as you know, the draft is real speculative, and as you know, there was no value whatsoever in picking Mendoza to win the first pick at minus 20,000. I think even some of the national operators, because they take such big bets, had them at negative 50,000. But yeah, I think the biggest first surprise I saw was Carnell Tate with the Titans. I don't think he was expected to go there, and of course, that 4th draft pick, was a loser market for most players because a lot of people didn't have him in there and didn't see him being that pick.
Now, I failed to look, and I meant to look. Once the draft start, do those all go away, or did you have live betting with that?
No, they didn't all go away, but it's a heck of a lot more limited than it was yesterday. So if you go to the football menu and you go to the NFL draft, the markets that we still have up are because these markets, whoever selected is, we've got the 33rd, 34th, and 35th pick still up make, and again, we will add more markets later on as the players are taken from those first 3 picks, and we will adjust that. Other markets that are still also up are exact. Are the teams to draft the following players: Denzel Boston, Eli Stowers, and Garrett Nussmeier of what team to draft there. Mm-hmm. And also in the first round draft, because of trades, 7 teams did not have a pick in the first round, so you could still pick the exact play-in position of those teams that are left, and that's the Colts, Jaguars, Bills, Broncos, Packers, Falcons, and Bengals.
We got Neil Atkinson with us on the D3 Auto Sales hotline. Razorbacks took care of business last night against Missouri, and they'll be back at it for Game 2, Game 3. You got to bring home the bacon. That promo going.
Yep, you've already got that down. Of course, we do that promo because we usually pay it out, more weeks than not. Of course, this year some of those series have been a challenge, and that Game 2 last week was a disappointing. When they took down Game 1, I actually felt pretty good, but Game 2, and of course we won't even talk about what happened in Game 3, but I was hoping they would get that Game 2 and get that series. I thought that pitching matchup looked that better, but it just didn't come. But hey, this week against Missouri, bring home the bacon. I don't want to jinx this, but if you're going to win an SEC series, you got to win this one, and I would hope that you could get a broom out. Badly needed wins, for the playoffs. I'd like to see them get a home regional game. That's going to be tough, but it's still, it still could happen if they go on a deep run in the SEC tournament and perform well with the games that are left. But this weekend with the bring home the bacon is a good one. Also, don't forget you also got that 50% parlay 50% boost on the 3-team baseball parlay also.
Do you guys offer live betting for baseball, college baseball?
Right now, the only live betting that we offer are scoring in games. Do not offer any player props live betting in game, and that is subject to the data providers getting a scout there. And you would earlier this year, if you would have saw the communication and some of the verbal conversations I had with our data provider, because one of the things is while we selected them, they committed to have as much in play. Especially, I can understand the midweek games in Fayetteville are hard to get a scout there and cover, but the SEC series, once conference play starts, we actually demand it. So we're scheduled to have in play on tonight's game. I'm double checking right now because to order and do in play, because the NCAA does not allow official the data that is collected by these companies to be used for gambling purposes. They can only use it for athletic performance purposes. You have to have a scout in there to keep, and they've got a special device where they code in all of the different plays and all of that other stuff to facilitate it. And this game tonight is slated to have in-play coverage at Missouri tonight. And but we've had some trouble getting the data providers to get scouts in the games. And actually, for one of the games, Saracen does have some people that we know that have tickets. We can't give them ours because it's not part of the contract, but we have facilitated getting some scouts some tickets so they can get in there in the game, so we can have live in play on most of these games. And again, when we go into contract negotiations next year, we're going to put some teeth in the contract for them to have it and cover Arkansas baseball, especially the home games and the conference games.
Bet Saracen has specials and boosts. You have Arkansas specials, softball, and Major League Baseball. But then with playoffs going on, NBA playoffs, NHL, Stanley Cup playoffs, those are some of the specials you want to check out.
Yeah, we love that specials tab, and our players love them too. And again, we kind of also use that specials tab is to make sure that's where all of the double R props are, and all of the first scoring props, all of the fun baseball bets that you make. And I call some of them like the first home run of the game will be, the first pitch of the game will be. Those are quick hit, markets that once we get the data in, we can settle those markets so you can get that money back into play. So those are a lot of fun. Those NBA specials and Major League Baseball specials, those are ones that if you were to go in there and compose those odds yourself, you wouldn't get as good as odds on that. So make sure that if you do see something in those specials and that's something that you want to bet, use the one in the specials menu, because that's where you will get your boost. And of course, we also use the specials menu to have our softball lines up. And just remember that Arkansas is playing Missouri in softball also. And Arkansas is a nice favorite over them tonight, minus 600. They're even a bigger favorite than the baseball team is tonight later on.
Wow.
Neil, how much are lines affected by injuries? Because we see with some of these NBA playoffs, Lakers-Rockets, that game tonight where Rockets are favored by 8.5, and there's a possibility of Austin Reeves returning to the lineup. And then you have Spurs Trailblazers, and Spurs are still favored by 1.5 there. So we know that Wemby, there's a good possibility he does not play tonight. So when you look at some of those injuries that are taking place, how much are lines affected?
Oh, it's 100% affected. I can't remember what the line was in the game that he was playing. Of course, it's different when it's home and away in these series. But, that really drug it out. Because, San Antonio was, going into the playoffs, basically, the number 2 favorite to win it. And, with Wemby out, that made a huge factor. And with it only being a 1.5 line tonight, that just shows you that the effect. Now, and of course, whenever news breaks, we'll either take the line down, let it adjust, or we'll just see where the money's coming, and we'll adjust the line in real time. Especially for NBA playoffs, we never, unless we have to, that we don't have clear understanding on any type of news breaking, we never like to take those lines down because they are so popular and people like to put them in parlays, and we try to keep them up and just adjust into them in real time. And with how big that in the data collection that we have, we, especially in playoffs and around news of players in, out, I think Wemby, didn't he go in concussion protocol?
Yes.
because it's doubtful that he'll return anytime soon. From what I've seen, but of course, anything can happen. We factor that stuff in immediately and adjust the markets.
Neil Atkinson with us from Bet Saracen. He's on the D3 Auto Sales Hotline. Neil, how popular, how much action are you seeing with the NBA playoffs?
Well, it's I think last week it was 38% of everything that we wrote. Now, previously to baseball starting, baseball just dominates. So, 38% of everything that we wrote was on basketball, and of course, that time period in the last 7 days was 94% of that was the NBA. Interesting enough, 6% of our basketball volume comes in order of popularity as of last week was New Zealand, the China League, the Japan League, and the Germany League. So we have 6% of that, with it being such a huge chunk of our business this time of year. That's kind of impressive, and you'll see a lot of people betting those in the overnight hours, and when there's less American sports in our time zones going on. That's when you see the most of those bet. But this time of year, the NBA just drives everything. Now baseball is right behind it with 35% of how many bets that we take. But only 71% of that is Major League Baseball, and about 26% of that is NCAA. And then, of course, I love that Korean baseball. It's 6% of our baseball, right? And all of those Korean baseball games are streamed on Bet Saracen. A lot of those will start at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So we have a lot of early risers that get up and watch that. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Japan League, the Nippon Baseball League, or the Korean Baseball League, but the fans have a regimen of what they do at each inning for the home team, and it's quite the spectacle and quite the event. And half the fun at watching some of those games is watching the fans and go through their routines and how they root for their home teams there, and that's half the fun of watching that Korean baseball.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Neil. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
All right, everybody. Good luck on all of your parlays this weekend. As always, bet with your head and not over it. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you next week. And let's get this series down, and let's head towards the postseason in NCAA baseball and in softball. I'd like to see the ladies. The ladies actually are now plus 2,000 in softball. At least they took one game against Oklahoma last week. Maybe they can get on a run in the postseason, and somebody can take Oklahoma out.
Thank you, Neil. See ya. Neil Atkinson on the D3 Auto Sales Hotline. We'll take a break. Last break of this hour. Phone calls, 661-1037, and I'll check out the Middleton Heat and Air text line. It's Out of Bounds.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. There are two recent developments that are likely to convince China that Americans are soft. One is having our pet medications delivered to our homes. The other one, heated steering wheels in our vehicles. Those of you contributing to the latter are actually compromising our national defense. I'm looking at you, Justin Acree and David Wallace. The country of John Wayne and Chuck Norris can do better than this, people. If your hands are cold, wear gloves. Or turn on your heated seats and sit on them. Or come into Doublebee's for a hot cup of Renoco coffee. That will warm you up and pick you up and calm you down, as Mike Ditka said in Kicking and Screaming. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Around here, reputation matters. That's why homeowners and business owners turn to the professionals at CertaPro Painters for their painting projects. From detailed residential painting to professionally managed commercial projects, our crews deliver craftsmanship that protects your investment and enhances curb appeal. Spring weather won't last forever, and neither will the open slots on the schedule. If painting is on your list this year, now's the time. Call CertaPro Painters or visit CertaPro.com and reserve your spring project today. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. It's Justin Anchory with Laura Beth from Coffin by Design West, getting you ready for spring. And Laura Beth, let's start with some of the outside options that Coffin by Design West provides for folks who are trying to spruce up their homes this time of the year.
We carry a large selection of in-stock steel products, which include leaf blowers, weed eaters, and lawnmowers.
As far as sprucing up the house for spring cleaning, you have a lot of other options there as well.
We have storage totes, power washers, flower bed tools, planters, fertilizers, all your lawn care needs.
It's Coffin by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantor Road, Monday through Saturday, online at kaufmanlumber.com.
To celebrate their partnership with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, your Arkansas Chevy dealers are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. For complete rules and to register to win, current Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt or see your Arkansas's best Chevy dealer for more details. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents 18 years or older who reside in Arkansas. Contest ends 12/31/26. Void where prohibited.
One day, one chance to win a dream vacation. Give blood with Our Blood Institute on Saturday, May 2nd at any mobile blood drive or donor center near you, and you could win a getaway valued up to $2,000 from Dream Vacations. One lucky donor will win, but every donor will receive a free t-shirt and a Magic Springs theme and water park ticket. Donate blood on Saturday, May 2nd. Reserve your appointment now at obi.org/events. That's obi.org/events.
Hey everybody, Roger Scott for FanDuel. FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports, is now available in Arkansas. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. From players' props on your favorite stars to all the tools you'll need to back them up. It's everything you need, all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
Out of Bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill my nights with broken dreams. I make up lies inside my head like one day you'll come back to me. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just afraid to show on. Not holding on, not holding on.
Out of Bounds. Final segment of our second hour. If you want to call, we can take one. 661-1037. Let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. See what you guys been talking about. I have two thoughts about tennis. This is from the 870. Maybe that's over $2 million to get a big man or give to a program needing a little bit more boost to be competitive. If you spread it out, it isn't really going to help. Maybe women's basketball. Yeah, I don't know about the finances of the program, but it must be very desperate in a tough situation if you're having to cut a program and save $2.5 million. Unfortunate news for the tennis team, the University of Arkansas. If you haven't heard, earlier today they announced they're disbanding men's and women's tennis. Can we get a Vrabelgate update? Apparently, the plot is thickened considerably.
Yeah.
What has happened today?
Well, yesterday they released some more photos, and these photos date back to 2020, so 6 years ago. And there were photos from a bar and a casino. I think the casino was years later, but bar photos, they were seen kissing in the bar photos. And they made such a deal of the fact that Diana Rossini was not married at the time, and you could clearly see Mike Vrabel. You could see his wedding ring in the photos. And it's just amazing that somebody had some picks from 6 years ago, and they've been released now that everything else is happening. And then they had some from a casino also of them hanging out. So it just showed a timeline of they've been hanging out in close proximity for years. And she was covering Titans at the time. Now she covers Patriots. So it's almost like wherever he is, she's going to be somewhere close. And then some of the stories, some of the inside scoop that she had on Titans while he was head coach. And soon after he was fired is when they were hanging out in the casino. That's when those photos were from.
Wow. Just the plot does thicken.
Yeah. But just amazing that we see it happen quite a bit whenever somebody has some kind of issue going on and it's newsworthy. You see things come out that maybe resurface or somebody's held on to for a long time. It's almost like they're waiting for a certain moment to release even more details and kind of, I guess, capitalize on it from a financial standpoint.
Down at Oakland, by the way, because of the weather delay, the lightning delay, they canceled the second race and the third race. They're about to start back up with the fourth race. Of course, if you had bet on those, that money has been refunded like it never happened. Yep, I was just looking. All right, let's see here. Donnie in Fayetteville says, Kevin Traynor addressed the spring game with Baz this morning. The reason is to limit other schools seeing any players that could be poached. Only 2 SEC spring games are being televised this year. That is true, but the poaching, that shouldn't be the issue because the spring portal is gone. You can't go into a portal anymore after spring practice, so there's no more poaching unless they're watching some young player in the spring game and see something and keep an eye on this guy for next year when the portal opens in December.
Don't dismiss it.
Well, you got a full season, of watching. You got 12 games coming up or more that you can be watching and poaching guys, unless you're just looking for that incoming freshman that makes an appearance in the spring game in red shirts and doesn't get to play, but you like him and what you saw from him in the spring game. I think that's a reach. I think that's going way too far. TP in Little Rock. Wes, Joe, if the Hogs had the first pick in last night's draft, who would you take? I would take Mendoza. I would have that quarterback for this year's team. That would solidify, right? We don't know who's going to be a quarterback. Got a quarterback controversy, a battle going on between two guys that are unproven. Go get the best quarterback in college football last year.
Yeah.
Simple. Wes, don't care how you look at it, but this new coach is failing in line like the others, alienating the rest of the state, and his first step is this spring game. But I think it's more your check than anything. He's a clown. That's from Lee. Thanks, Lee. I would like to know whose decision and why. Hear it from them. Joey says the Cowboys should trade Pickens and get a young wide receiver and use that money to sign more defensive talent. They will win the division and play the Rams in the championship to go to the Super Bowl. Mark it down. As for the Hogs spring, glad they aren't streaming it so I don't see us lose again. Laughing out loud. Thanks, Joey. Trade Pickens. Use that money that's freed up to sign a defensive player. But you got to go get a number 2 wide receiver now. That was one of the things that Mickey talked about.
Yeah, in the draft, that shouldn't be a problem. There's a lot of quality receivers, a lot of depth there. And especially if it's something where, they're discussing the future and they're wanting to get him under contract for this year, which he is now at this point. But if you don't see it going past this year, maybe, and it works out best for organization and player.
Let's go to Mark real quick. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, guys. Well, I'm just thrilled that everybody congratulate the Cowboys on their draft last night, but you give away 2 picks to move up 1 spot.
Mark, they were 5th rounders, and they got 2 4th rounders back a little later. So those they exchanged 2 5s for 2 4s. Tell me how that math isn't good.
Well, I thought the 2 4s came from moving back from 21 to 23.
Right. So, I mean, in the end,
that has nothing to.
What if?
Well,
hey, hold on. What if somebody else trades with who was it, Miami, and then they take Caleb Downs, and Dallas doesn't even get him? So you make it sure you get Caleb Downs by giving up 2 5ths, and you already had 5 5th-round picks. Is that what Mickey told us? Was it 5 or 4?
Get that. Nobody was going to get that safety at number 10 or whatever they traded 1 spot for. They could have.
You don't know that. Ask the Pittsburgh Steelers about that, because they lost the guy they wanted because Dallas traded with Philadelphia. 1 spot more is Pittsburgh, and they don't get their guy. Hour number 2's next.
Desert, where they'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo all day on Tuesday, May 5th. Not only will there be huge inventory specials on every vehicle, along with door prizes throughout the day, but also free tacos for everyone who comes by and signs in, courtesy of Tacos at Toto Madre. Bring the entire family. There'll even be a kids' fun zone with games. All previous and new customers are welcome to stop by. And did we mention free tacos for everyone? It's all happening at D3 Auto Sales in Desert on Cinco de Mayo.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bomber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Ever Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
At Southland Casino Hotel, this April the petals are blooming and the payouts are booming. Join us Saturdays in April from 7 to 11 p.m., where over 200 hourly winners will share in more than $200,000 in free play. Earn your entries April 1st through 25th. Just 50 points gets you 1 entry. And get ready, because at 11 p.m., your free play doubles. Spring into your chance to win big with petals and payouts. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
When you want to know the score, it's on KABZ Little Rock.
He's open, complete at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas!
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
State lawmakers are clashing with organizers of Arkansas Girls State. Girls State and Boys State gives incoming high school seniors the opportunity to see what it's like to be state lawmakers. This year, resolutions have been filed to block Girls State from using the House and Senate chambers. In a letter, lawmakers told American Legion some girls were chosen by their schools to participate, but school leaders missed a paperwork deadline that could prevent them from attending. They want American Legion to reconsider and allow those girls in, or else risk losing access to the state capitol for all participants. The letter was signed by 34 state senators and every state representative. Looking ahead to this weekend, students at UA Little Rock are coming together with community volunteers for a cleanup day. It will take place at Coleman Creek, and university officials say these cleanups have resulted in around 6,000 pounds of trash picked up over the last 13 years. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Oaklawn Hot Springs presents Oaklawn Race Day with Justin Acree and David Longinati every Saturday morning at 11. It's your inside track to America's hottest thoroughbred action.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Rain and thunderstorms today. Some storms might be strong to severe with some gusty winds. It is an 80% chance of rain and only a high of 72 here in Little Rock. Tonight, still a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms and an overnight low of 60. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
U.S. Truck Accessories presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show from U.S. Truck Accessories in Conway and Searcy. Your #1 Central Arkansas source for camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, and more. Veteran owned since 2002. Online at ustruckaccessories.net.
The Bumper to Bumper Certified Service Center's Indoor Car Show, Saturday, May 2nd at the Conway Expo Hall, presented by Joe's Garage, Hearn's Superior Alignment, Mid-State Transmission, and Weber Automotive Repairs. New this year, Best of Show for car and truck, $1,000 Visa gift card to each winner.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Cabot Outdoors has your Get Ready to Save Big during the Hustler Spring Sales event through May 31st. Save up to $350 off the Raptor Series and up to $550 off the Fast Track Series zero-turn mowers at participating Hustler dealers. Hustler's engineered and tested for long-lasting performance designed to keep you mowing season after season. Visit CabotOutdoors.com. Shop the Hustler Spring Sales event today. Offer valid 4/15/26 through 5/31/26 or while quantities last. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Do you know what would really happen to your home and your savings if something happened to you? Get the answers at a free estate planning seminar on Tuesday, April 28th at 10 a.m. at the Heber Springs Community Center. Attorneys Mitch Cash, with over 30 years of experience, and Carter Horton will explain wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, and how to protect your assets from nursing home costs. Seating is limited. Call 870-856-2175 to reserve your spot today.
Yep, that's the sounds of all my friends and another great deck party of mine. And what do you not hear? That's right, no mosquitoes. That's because Sanders Ground Essential provides me with a monthly mosquito barrier spray. Call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
All right, let's look back at the NFL draft. We've been talking about it a little bit. Sorry to cut you off, Mark. We are at the top of the break, but disagree. I'm good with spending 2 5s to move up to ensure you get your dude.
Mark, he's pretty critical about Cowboys and how they're handling their business, but it's frustrated fans. And especially when you see seasons play out a certain way, get to this point, draft is where every fan base, every fan out there has hope. So they want to see it go a certain way, but you're not in control. Team's in control.
It would have sucked if the Cowboys sat put because they didn't want to spend 2 5s, and some other team traded with the Dolphins, moved up, and took Caleb Downs. They got him. That's what matters. They got him. And the Raiders got their guy.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
And the celebration is on in the Mendoza household and party. The first Indiana player drafted #1 in the common draft era.
5 months, you have won the Heisman Trophy, a national championship, and now you're the first overall pick in the NFL draft. How have the last 5 months changed your life?
The last 5 months has been such a blessing by God, and I can't thank him enough. I'm just looking forward to get to work, prove at the next level. College was fantastic. I'm so blessed to have that career, but now I step into a great game of the NFL. Look forward to proving and earning it every single day.
You're going to the Las Vegas Raiders. What excites you the most about this opportunity?
What a great organization, great legacy. There's so many great teammates I'm looking forward to talking to, coaches, owners. I'm ecstatic for the opportunity.
Did you see the Raiders video they put out after the draft of Mendoza? It's him walking off with his Indiana uniform on.
Uh-huh.
And as he kind of walks through a shadow, and he comes back out of the shadow, he then has a Raiders uniform on.
Oh, that's a Tom Brady production all the way.
That
That's
was
something
cool.
that he would definitely have and put together.
That was really neat. Well done. Jets had a very busy night.
They did. 3 first-round picks.
With the second pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select David Bailey, linebacker, Texas Tech. With the 16th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq.
There you go, Joe.
Tight end, Oregon. With the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver, Indiana.
They got some weapons for the future. Wide receiver, tight end on offense. Defensive need they went after.
Yeah.
A pass rusher.
They've had some really good drafts here lately. It just hadn't really equated to field yet. But you can see them building.
The biggest shakeup, at least for our Buzz mock draft, came with the 4th pick, the Tennessee Titans.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate.
Whoa!
Wide receiver, Ohio State.
How about that for the first surprise of the night? Wow. Offense did rule the day in Tennessee. And the first Ohio State Buckeye to be named in this draft is Carnell Tate, the wide receiver, hugging his coach Ryan Day and the rest of his group.
Cam Ward's got a weapon. I think it's a good move for the Titans. Cowboys now. A couple of first-round picks.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs, defensive back, Ohio State. With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Malachi Lawrence, defensive end, University of Central Florida.
Love it. I'm happy. Now go get some more defensive players tonight. I guess they don't have a second-round pick. So
What about
third round, yeah.
What other needs do you see?
Linebacker, middle linebacker. That Texas linebacker.
Texas Tech or Texas?
I think the Texas Tech linebacker will go in the second round.
Yeah.
The Texas linebacker, I think there's a very good chance of getting him in the third round.
Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech. There'll be a lot of teams trying to get him.
I bet he goes in the first 10 picks tonight.
He'll be a hot commodity for sure.
Toledo was that safety I was trying to think of earlier.
Oh, yeah. He really had some good film.
Let's go now to the Rams. Pick number 13.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson.
Okay.
Quarterback, Alabama.
Wow. So this is the first big shocker of the night.
Pick number 20 originally belonged to the Cowboys, but they traded down. Philadelphia Eagles move up, and the Cowboys get 2 fourth-round picks.
With the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Makai Lemon, wide receiver, USC.
We told the story earlier. Joe, tell it again in case they're just joining us. The Steelers are next at 21, and they wanted Makai Lemon. In fact, they thought they were going to get Makai Lemon. They were on the phone with Makai Lemon. Philadelphia couldn't get through. Makai Lemon's on the phone. They showed this on behind the scenes, and he's on the phone with Pittsburgh. He's like, "Why is Philadelphia calling me?" And he puts the phone back up and keeps talking with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and also all his family members around him thought he was going to be a Steeler.
They're all celebrating. It's like, it's your typical phone call. It's hard for him. He's got the phone real close to his ear trying to hear what Pittsburgh's saying. Celebration. Then his agent walks up and hands Malachi his phone, says, "Here, this is Philadelphia. They're trading for you." He wouldn't answer the call.
Yeah, for him, it didn't matter which team it was. He was happy to be a draft pick in that moment.
He actually made a little more money. Instead of going 21, he's going 20.
Yeah.
All right, now the Steelers are left at number 21.
Last time I introduced the Steelers' first-round pick, I was fortunate to introduce T.J. Watt. And with the 21st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Max Ihanachor, tackle, Arizona State.
Ihanachor. Got to learn how to say that. You happy with the pick? You good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it was a position of need. There's a lot of uncertainty with Broderick Jones. He had an injury that kept him out most of towards the end of last season. Now, the guy that played left tackle, and they had about 4 players play left tackle, but the guy that ended season playing left tackle, Dylan Cook, he played really good, actually. So, but this is a new coaching staff, and so they're going to want to put their own spin on draft and the team as a whole. If previous coaching staff was still around, maybe they don't make this move, and Dylan Cook is still the guy that they want to go with, even with that uncertainty. But, yeah, it's fine. It's position of need, and they were looking at 2 positions there, offensive tackle or offensive line as a whole, where you could have a guard maybe. Guard that Ravens ended up taking was thought to be high on their board from Penn State, but and receiver was the other. But everything happens from here on out with the draft. It's more than just the first round. There's plenty more to go. And Steelers have a lot of picks throughout this draft.
Here is Ian Rappaport. He's talking about this Eagles, Steelers, and Makai Lemon.
Dallas Cowboys were on the clock at 20 with everyone knowing they were going defense. Pittsburgh Steelers get on the phone with Makai Lemon, planning to select him next at 21. Except what they didn't know is the Eagles had actually traded up over them, were trying to get in touch with Lemon, but he wasn't answering because he was already on the phone with the Steelers. In the end, the Eagles do the trade. They get Makai Lemon, and the Steelers grab a tackle right after.
How about the Eagles? They're like, whoever's in charge of calling him, it's like, he won't answer. He won't answer. They're like, call him again. And he's still not answering. Call his agent. That had to be kind of frantic.
Oh, absolutely. Because if something could have happened where they end up not getting their guy, then it just would have been a crazy draft altogether. It's already a backstory, but that would have made an even crazier backstory.
I love those phone calls they show behind the scenes. I mean, it gets me every time. Like even the Cowboys with Caleb Downs, they were you could tell the Cowboys, and I think it was his position coach, they were talking and had created a relationship. And they were talking about playing that game that they played the last time they were there. Anyway, the Cowboys didn't think they had a chance. They didn't think they were going to get him, and they were so thrilled to have him a part of the team. It just adds to it when you get somebody you thought there's no way he's going to be around for us to take him. Then you end up getting him. All right, NBA last night. We'll start with the Hawks and Knicks.
McCollum fires. Hawks take the lead. 109-108. It's down to the wire here in game 3. 7 seconds left. Brunson with the ball. Brunson makes his move. Brunson on the baseline. Hawks got to track it down. Dug it in by Kuminga, and it's over. The Hawks hold on. Atlanta takes a 2-1 lead in the series. A thriller tonight, and it belongs to the Hawks.
Wow, what a game. Down to the wire like that. And you think how crazy Atlanta is going to be for Game 4? Possibility of winning that and going up 3-1. Same scenario here. Minnesota, Denver.
DiVincenzo knocked it away. Numbers, Edwards on the wing. And Jim Hardaway off the bench will defend the 3. Minnesota's got their biggest lead. Whoa! He took that one from St. Paul. He was so far away. Nuggets tonight shot 34%. They didn't shoot below 40% all season long. But tonight they did in game 3.
113-96, and Minnesota's up 2-1. They'll have a Game 4 at home to try to take a 3-1 lead. Tonight, how many NBA games tonight? Let's see. Tonight we have 3 games. Celtics, 76ers. That series, of course, tied at 1 game apiece. Boston is a favorite on the road, 8.5-point favorite. Then you have Lakers, Rockets. Rockets are at home, down 0-2, must win for the Rockets. Rockets are favored by 8.5. And then you have the Spurs and Trailblazers. That one is tied at 1 game apiece. Victor Wembanyama, questionable for Game 3.
All these series are really interesting now, too.
San Antonio's still favored by 2.5.
Oh, line went up because it was 1.5 when we were talking to Neil.
How about that? Maybe there's some news leaking about Victor's availability, and maybe people are feeling like he's going to be able to play, and they're jumping on it. All right, now let's go to the NHL. Here's Carolina, Ottawa.
Hall fans on a pass, gets it back. Miller feeds Blake. They score! The Hurricanes respond and retake the lead. Jackson Blake.
And we got Colorado, L.A. Kings.
Ferrier, winding shot, scores! A beautiful seeing eye shot.
We'll finish up some Major League Baseball for you. Cubs, Phillies.
High fly ball drilled center field. Crawford back, looking, gone! Michael Busch, a 3-run homer. And he's gone deep in back-to-back games. Bushy starting to heat up. Line drive ripped, right field, ball game. Cubs win it. Dansby Swanson walks it off. Happ will touch the dish, and the celebration is on.
8-7 your final score there. They just finished the 4th race at Oaklawn after a lengthy delay. And you remember Mark gave us 7 over the 5-1-8. It finished 7-5-1.
No.
Straight, perfect trifecta. Now, I didn't pay a ton, but it is a winner. And if you just did a straight 50-cent bet, you won $8. So Mark got a good one there.
So odds are already out on Bet Saracen also for some of these players that have been drafted. And Fernando Mendoza, you have odds on total touchdowns for him. Makai Lemon, there's some odds for him, some receiving yards. So you already have odds that are out there for players that have been drafted just first round. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jeremiah Love is plus 200, so he's the leader according to Bet Saracen. David Bailey is leader for Defensive Rookie of the Year at plus 350. So interesting that we're just through first round, and there are already odds on players that were just drafted last night.
Or my odds on Caleb Downs.
Let's see. Caleb Downs plus 700, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Not bad. All right. We good?
Yeah.
We got Brian Edwards waiting to join. He's got some picks. Looks like some NBA picks. Pulling them up right now. Yep. He's got a bunch of NBA picks. We'll get to that when we come back. We'll still have some time, take some phone calls. We'll look at the Middleton Heat and Air text line. We'll get you guys involved before we get out of here. About 30 more minutes before the weekend begins. Be another fun night. Razorback baseball, NFL draft. We'll get you set for the weekend. Stick around.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
This is Sports Center.
Sylvan Hills has hired former Arkadelphia football coach Trey Shucker to lead the Bears next season. Shucker, who won a state title with the Badgers in 2024, replaces Mark Kelly after Kelly took the same position at Pulaski Academy. Shucker spent 6 seasons in Arkadelphia, leading them to 6 winning seasons and 3 conference championships. Prior to Arkadelphia, Shucker was Kelly's defensive coordinator when Searcy won the Class 6A state title in 2019. Sticking with football, the Arkansas spring game will be tomorrow in Fayetteville. The game will not be televised or streamed. Arkansas is the last SEC team to hold this spring game. You can listen to it on 106.7 Buzz 2 starting at 1:30. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Trey Reed from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, inviting you to join me every Wednesday morning for the latest news from the great outdoors. It's brought to you by Arts Marine in North Little Rock, now under new ownership, but with the same familiar faces and incredible service you've known for years. Plus, the area's best selection of boating parts and supplies.
When you think CertaPro Painters, you probably think interior and exterior painting for homes and commercial properties, which we do beautifully. But did you know that we're more than just paint? CertaPro also provides expert carpentry, sheetrock repairs, deck and fence staining, and durable garage and patio concrete coatings. Whether you're refreshing your home, upgrading a commercial space, or restoring outdoor areas, we deliver professional results with the quality and service you expect. Call CertaPro Painters today or schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's certainty.
Steve, I think it's time to clean out our used car inventory, so we're slashing prices on everything from 4Runners, Wranglers, Broncos, F-150s, and more. Right now, we're doing sales tax paid on all pre-owned vehicles, and I've talked to the banks, and they are saying yes to 0 down.
We'll clear these vehicles out fast, so folks don't waste time. The best will go first.
Come see us today at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-296-6868. That's 800-296-6868.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Introducing Bluebell Pro, a dessert with up to 12 grams of protein and 110 calories or less per serving. Low fat, no added sugars, and gluten-free. Dig into a pint. It's more than just protein. It's Bluebell Pro. Never has high protein tasted so good.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at all Mad Butcher grocery stores and all Piggly Wiggly stores.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust a bus. Hot sh. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice.
Welcome back. Out of Bounds. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin. I was just looking at Bet Saracen in the line for the Arkansas-Missouri game tonight. Arkansas 3.5 run favorite at minus 130. They're minus 400 on the money line. Over-under is 11.5. Wind is blowing in tonight from left field. And I was looking at the pitcher for Missouri, Brady Kellenbrink. He's had some good outings. Last couple games, he struck out double-digit guys. You know how Arkansas is striking out. I like the under tonight. Missouri doesn't. Missouri's offense isn't real good. Go to Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. Get some more ideas for the weekend. What's up, Brian? How are you?
Doing great, Wes. What's happening, man?
I am good. I'm good, man. Had a fun night watching the NFL draft and getting ready for round 2. You get much into the draft?
Yeah, I'm always loving the draft. I didn't do any gambling other than one small play. I did under 29.5 on Ty Simpson, which was a winner. I usually get like 2, 3, maybe 4 bets for the first round. But I only did one this year, and I only did it really small because I didn't do a whole lot of research. I just figured that Ty Simpson was the second best quarterback in the draft, and it only took one team, and you got 29 chances with the number of 29.5. So that was about all the thought process I had there, and it ended up working out.
I had fun with it too last night, and I was going to ask you about your Gators before we get started, and the big guys returning. You got to be feeling pretty good about what you got next year for Florida.
Yeah, we got the whole band coming back. I love it. So at last look, and I'm looking it up right now, when Duke added it was Florida and Michigan were the plus 700 co-favorites, but then when Duke added Blackwell from Wisconsin, that made it where Florida and Duke became the plus 700 co-favorites, and Michigan was 750. But as I look at FanDuel now, Michigan and Florida and Duke are all three at plus 700 or 7-1 co-favorites. Then you got UConn 12-1, Houston 16-1, Zona and Illinois 16-1, and then Arkansas at 19-1.
Well,
so Arkansas's got the 8th shortest odds on the board.
Yep.
So perhaps the preseason top 10 ranking.
Michigan got the commitment from Mustafa Cham today, so that's I bet what made their odds go down. Yeah, what's Chinny Lou going to do? Is he testing the draft waters?
Yeah, he's testing the waters, but most of the mock drafts have him mid to late second. So I mean, I'm like 95% sure that he's going to come back. I'd probably even say like 98 or 99% sure he's going to come back. And if he does, and if Aberdeen gets the waiver, then we have 2 roster spots open. I assume we're pretty tapped out on NIL money, so I would assume we'll probably go with like an international guy that's kind of a project type of player. And before we get to the NBA, I also I wanted to say I would like to do a Diego Pavia prop, but I couldn't find one today. But I'm thinking because he's projected as a 6th or 7th rounder that maybe the Diego Pavia props won't go up until tomorrow. And if you can get him, like I just did a Google search on what his over-under was, and it didn't link to any books like it was a live bet, but it said 201.5, which, just doing some quick math in my head, that sounds like early 7th, maybe even toward the mid-ish 7th round. I would look to go under 201.5 for Diego Pavia if that's available. Like I was saying with Simpson, it only takes one team or one coach or one GM to fall in love with a quarterback, and I think Diego, I mean, he's only just, like a quarter inch or a half inch shorter than Drew Brees. I mean, he is nothing but a winner, and I think somebody's going to take him in the 6th or early 7th, or if not earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those, Brian, that a team is going to get a really good player and somebody who's going to go in there and work hard like he's always done and try to prove the doubters wrong.
Yep. Which he's always done, proving the doubters wrong. I mean, New Mexico State and Vanderbilt have not exactly been football juggernauts the last 5 or 6 decades, and he made both of those schools big-time winners real quick like.
Hey, Florida had a big man enter the portal, not the big 7'9" French guy, but another big.
Yeah, Micah Handlockton.
Yes.
Micah Handlockton. Yeah, and now he's like Aberdeen, though. He's got to get a waiver because you remember he was hurt from the SEC tournament 2 years ago, and then when we had some injuries with our bigs last year, he was going to redshirt, but he took his redshirt off with like 8 or 9 regular season games left, and then played throughout the SEC tournament and NCAA tournament. So he might have a pretty good case to get a waiver. We'll see. If so, I mean, I've done Twitter searches to see like who he's visiting and whatnot, and there's nothing out there ever since he just decided to enter the portal. So I don't know if teams are hesitant to go after him because of the waiver situation, which is understandable because he might not get it. But if he's eligible, Micah Handlockton is a player, man, big time. And he would be a great get for anybody, any high-level program.
Well, Arkansas is looking for a big, and there were some discussions, some talks, and I was wanting to ask you what your opinion of him is, if it all worked out.
Oh, I think that would be a great get for Arkansas. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be 20 points and 10 rebounds, but if he gets 25 minutes of playing time, he's definitely going to get double-digit rebounds, and he'll average 2 or 3 blocks a game, and he will set great screens, and he does not need shots. You don't have to call plays for him. He will set screens and get rebounds and play defense and block shots, and a lot of teams can use that. An unselfish guy, as unselfish as they come.
NBA tonight, Trailblazers, Spurs. You think Denny Avdia will get back on track as far as total points?
Yeah, I'm hoping so, and I think so, and I'm going to bet it to be so. So, yeah, Avdia had scored 25 points or more in 8 consecutive games, but he gets in a little foul trouble the other night, and then Henderson got hot for Portland, so he just wasn't getting as many shot attempts. He only played 29 minutes and 49 seconds. Without the foul trouble, he would play 38 to 40 minutes. So, yeah, he that 25 points or more in 8 straight games got snapped with 14 the other night, but I think he gets back on track tonight. So he's played the Spurs 5 times this year. He scored 29, 37, 29, 30, and then he was limited to 14 the other night. But I'll go over 23.5 with Denny Avdia tonight. And, I lean Portland here because I can't imagine they're going to play Wemby. And I think that when he gets ruled out, if he gets ruled out, I think Portland's going to move into the favorite role at -3 or so. And let me pull up my live odds. What are y'all seeing at Bet Saracen on that one right now?
It was 2.5. Spurs.
Okay. I see that San Antonio has moved to 3.5 at DraftKings. It's 2.5 at most spots, but it's also 3 at Circa. Well, that makes me think maybe there's some optimism that Wemby will play. So maybe not then. Let's just stick with Avdia to go over 23.5 points.
Yep, 2.5 right now. -2.5 Spurs are. All right, let's go to Saturday and take a look at some of the games that you have Saturday. How about the Pistons and Magic?
Yeah, I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Pistons tomorrow. I believe that's the noon Eastern game, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, maybe 1 o'clock Eastern game. But I'm going to go Pistons -2.5. So they obviously played poorly in game 1. They lose outright, but they bounce back nicely on Wednesday. They have a big third quarter. They win 98-83. Cade Cunningham, 27 points, 11 assists, and 6 boards. Pistons have been outstanding on the road all season, 28-13 straight up, 23-17-1 against the spread, whereas Orlando at home, 25 and 15 straight up, 20 and 21 ATS. And the lone trip to Orlando for Detroit this year when Cunningham was healthy, they won 106-92, and he had 29 points, 11 assists, and 6 boards. So I'm going to go Pistons minus 2.5. I had the under in game 2, and I lean under in this one, but it opened 217, and it's down to 213.5 at some books, and there's actually a couple of 214.5s out there. I lean under, but the line moved. I mean, the total was 221.5 in game 3. So we're talking about a 7.5, 8-point adjustment from game 1 to game 3. That kind of scares me a little bit. So I'll just stick with Pistons. But if somebody's looking to do a same-game parlay and wanted an opinion on the total, it would be under for me.
Hawks get a win over Knicks last night. They play again tomorrow. One player that's been playing really well in this series, C.J. McCollum. What do you think about his points total?
Yes, well, he has been very vocal on the court and in the media room that Jalen Brunson cannot guard him, and he's been proving it. The first 3 games of this series, he scored 26, 32, and 23. He's getting plenty of shots. He's averaging 34.7 minutes per game in these 3 games. He's gone 11 of 20, 12 of 22, and 8 of 19 from the field. When he's got the ball in his hands, Quinn Snyder keeps sending him ball screens to try to get a switch where Brunson has to defend him, and he is taking him to the rim, or he's getting to his sweet spot and pulling up and shooting over the smaller Brunson. And McCollum has now scored at least 21 points in 11 of Atlanta's last 18 games, and I like him to go over 19.5 points tomorrow in Knicks Hawks.
What about the Thunder going to Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm going to be a chalk eater in this one. So the Thunder, obviously they mauled Phoenix 119-84 in game 1. Didn't cover and only beat them by only beat them by 13 in game 2. But they also beat them 136-109 at Phoenix during the regular season. Another game at home against Phoenix, they beat them 138-89. So there's 4 games that they've absolutely mauled the Suns. I think they're locked in. I can't turn down the Thunder at single digits. Give me OKC minus 9.
How about Rockets-Lakers? That series shifts to Houston now.
So I'm going to do a money line parlay with the Rockets tonight and the Celtics tonight, and let's finish it with OKC tomorrow. And it should be, I got a plus 105 on it. Maybe if you get some generous money line prices, maybe you can get a little better, maybe a plus 110. My only fear is Kevin Durant being questionable tonight, but I mean, surely he's going to play. I mean, if he doesn't play, he should get destroyed by the media. Surely he's going to play. Austin Reeves might be back for the Lakers, but this desperation mode for the Rockets. Season on the line tonight, down 0-2. They got to have this one. I think they'll get it. So Rockets, Celtics, and OKC moneyline parlay should get about a plus 105 return.
Okay, so Brian, are you getting that on paired with the point spread, or are you saying that's what the money line? Because according to Bet Saracen, Rockets are minus 350 money line, but when you pair it with the spread, where they're favored by 8.5, then you get a more favorable one where they're minus 110 for money line.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing money line. So Celtics should be around minus 340 to minus 350. Like you said, the Rockets around minus 350, and OKC should be in the minus 420 to 440 range. So, yeah, just to win outright, money line on all 3 of those.
Okay, a parlay for all 3. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, parlay for all 3.
All right, good picks. Brian, we appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. Go ahead.
I said I hope they're good picks.
Oh, they should be.
Yeah. We'll nail it.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
See you, man. Later. Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. Follow him on Twitter, Vegas B. Edwards. We'll take a break, come back with your phone calls, your texts. We'll wrap this thing up. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Brett Bradford Marine and ATV's Founders Day sale is here, and you could save thousands on all remaining 2025 inventory, like the Sun Tracker Party Barge 18 or the High Performance Nitro Z18, or step into the affordable Ranger Z518. Don't delay. These 2025s will not last. Great deals with great selection, along with great financing, means family fun in the sun. Open all weekend long. It's the Founders Day sale at all Bradford Marine and ATV statewide locations. Your Ranger Nitro Tracker dealer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's Justin Acree for Kaufman by Design West. Shop with the local folks and get exactly what you want. You can also shop from the convenience of your own home by going to KaufmanLumber.com. There's an online store with over 800,000 items in inventory that can be delivered straight to your front door. Items in inventory include everything from hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Cantrell Road, or do your shopping online at KaufmanLumber.com.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Moe Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Moe Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part, it's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking, they're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing. Well, we do not. Whatever you see online at RedRiverAutoGroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out, RedRiverAutoGroup.com.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union, your headquarters for auto loans. With TruService, no payments for 60 days and rates starting as low as 3.99 APR on new, used, or refinance your current auto loan. TruService.net for pre-approval. Your auto loan experts. Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Got a promoter, we need.
Back at it. Final segment of the week. 661-1037. If you'd like to join us. We go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. This text says, if the U of A was really smart about it, then they would stream the game on Hogs Plus, and most fans would pay to watch the stream while also promoting Hogs Plus with their other special content. That is honestly not only a good idea, I'm surprised they're not doing it. I have never gotten the Hogs Plus. Part of it is because it irritates me that the inside access that they get that the normal media guys don't get. There was a time years ago, it was an NIL deal with somebody on the buzz. I can't remember the player, baseball player. And I heard on the radio, maybe we were interviewing him, but he was cutting everybody's hair. I was like, how cool is that? You know, I want to do that story. It's a TV story, you know. Kind of called up there and said they couldn't make that happen. I was like, well, that's odd. Okay, whatever. And about a month later, it was on Hogs Plus. Well, you freaking took my story idea, wouldn't let me do it, and they're doing it. So I've never gotten Hogs Plus. It's a personal vendetta. But if they were to stream it, you know who would be getting Hogs Plus this weekend? Me.
Yeah. Or you would get with someone who has it for sure.
Yeah. Streaming is all about views. There's probably a good indication that this game would not have been a good viewer rating for the spring game. I disagree with that. I think if it was streamed, guys, they streamed the baseball games, the softball games. I love those, but what do you think those numbers get? Football's king around here. It would get the views. It would have more views than a baseball game or a softball game. Let's see here. Read that one. Let me get to where we were. Lost my place. Talked about the Vrabel scandal. Angry Buckeye. Laughing out loud. He thinks I'm betting on Korean baseball. I'm betting Korean baseball because I started betting U.S. baseball at noon, followed by horse racing, then NHL, eventually chariot racing, then some south of the equator racing where they are running the wrong direction, then Korean baseball. That's a full day, Angry Buckeye. JW says, really sitting here thinking about it. We haven't had a good, decent spring game in years. You figure this year would have been the best year to start something great. I agree, JW. Brian in Hot Springs says, I've heard the reason some colleges are not streaming their spring games or televising them is to sell more tickets to attend the event. It's possible.
Could be something to it.
501 says, this is dumb. They need to build around Pickens, in my opinion. Instead of trading, I think Joey said they should trade Pickens and use some of that money, sign some defensive players, draft a wide receiver.
Yeah.
This guy wants to build around Pickens. LC in Sherwood says.
There was a time during the season where the thought was George Pickens is the guy. CeeDee Lamb should be the guy on the out.
Mm-hmm. LC says these people think and act like Pickens grows on trees. There are not many young wide receivers near George Pickens' skill set. Nighthawk says the Cowboys are trading into the second round without a doubt. All right, Nighthawk. I'll be watching just for that. 501 says, I knew Love was going 3. But anyway, there were 2 players that stood out to me this year, Love and Bain. When they passed on Bain, it was like watching the when they passed over Bain, it was like watching the Randy Moss draft all over again. Greg Ellis was good, but he wasn't Randy Moss. I like Bain, too. That's why I had the Cowboys drafting. Jeff says Carmona needs to go to the Raiders, then Fernando can snap it to Fernando. Hey, Cowboys picked up 2 fourth-round picks yesterday. Got some extra force. That's where Fernando's projected to go. Mickey told us Cowboys need to draft at least one offensive lineman to develop and have him ready to go. I would not be opposed.
We'll see.
David says, got to say, Wes, the segment with you and Steve and Joe is some of the best 30 minutes of the week on the buzz. Always insightful and entertaining. Straight talks, great perspectives. Thanks, David. P.S. Minimizing and or hiding our Razorback practices and some spring practices from fans, including Arkansas media, certainly hasn't helped Hogs win any games over the last decade. I agree. Not streaming spring football game is poor PR move for a brand new coach. Thanks for the text, David. 501 says, everybody slow down, drive carefully in the rain, and have a safe weekend.
Oh, there's a lot of truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
Please follow that.
That's exact words I told my daughter when I was leaving today. It's baseball and softball season, not football season. It is spring football season. There was a time, and it's been a long where spring football Arkansas.
Yeah, that's how much it's changed now. Basketball makes a difference in that.
Sure does.
And baseball.
Portal tremendously keep basketball news in the NBA draft and having players entering the NBA draft or entering their name into the NBA draft. But, yeah, I remember first, we're probably talking 05, 06, 07, 08 in that stretch. And then the Petrino years. I mean, we were doing something on spring football every single night on the news, and it was all also, Razorback baseball. Now it's kind of shifted. No, it hasn't. It has shifted. Jimbo. What's up, Jimbo? Welcome to Out of Bounds.
Well, I just had to chime this over the radio. This is just insanity. I just started getting text, people just left and right. They have canceled the tennis team, the women's and the men's team at the university.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
That is insanity. I'm sorry I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's just insanity. I've been teaching tennis for 50 years, and I mean, this is just shocking.
Yep. It's one of the ugly facets of how college athletics has changed, and now with the money being paid out to the athletes, what is it, $22 million? The athletic budgets have been stretched so thin that they're busting and having to cut programs. And, yes, terrible news today.
It's just insane. I don't know if you know Caroline Jones, but a little girl from North Little Rock, she just signed with them.
Oh.
And, yeah, she was going to be playing for them next year. I feel so terrible for her. I mean, she's just a sweetheart of a kid. And you know where it's going to hurt the U of A the most?
Where's that?
Have you ever looked at the grade point of the tennis team? It's like 4.0, 4.0, 3.9, 3.7. I mean, they are going to lose some big points on the grade point.
That sounds about right.
That is for sure.
Jimbo, thank you for the call. Yeah, and I appreciate you.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye.
Back to the Middleton Eaton Air text line. 901 says, I hope the Packers take Green.
That'd be a great fit.
They need a backup, don't they? Because Malik Willis. Yeah.
That'd be a great fit.
Wouldn't be bad. 501 says they're not streaming because of the transfer portal. I don't buy that. I'm sorry, I don't. Now, if you'd have had that argument last year and used it, okay, because of the spring portal doesn't exist anymore. The portal doesn't open up again until next January. So I just am not buying that they're trying to hide some players because they're going to be playing 12 games in the fall unless they are redshirting some young guys. That is it. To me, that is not enough of a reason. The risk of losing a kid in a portal 10 months from now, who knows how that kid, what he does over the next 10 months. Maybe he doesn't develop, and you can have him. Not
I think
anymore.
It's more of a case of just following the trend that's in place. And sometimes you have to buck the trend and be different. And the trend is right now, no schools are really broadcasting their spring games.
Yeah. Sully said he looked it up. 2 SEC teams are broadcasting, televising, streaming their game.
And they do have their reasons for it, but there hasn't been an explanation. Maybe that's where there's more of an uproar in the fact that not only are they not streaming it, they're not even saying a word about it. They're just not streaming.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is how much each of the top 10 picks in the NFL draft will make throughout their 4-year rookie deals. Fernando Mendoza, $54.5 million. David Bailey, $52.1. Jeremiah Love, $50.5 million. Carnell Tate, Titans, $48.7 million. Arvell Reese, $45.6 million. Mansour Delaney, $40 million. Right on the dot. Sonny Styles, Washington, $35.5. Jordan Tyson to the Saints, $31 million. Spencer Fano. Did we get that one right? Spencer?
Yes.
I thought so. $30.8 million. And number 10, Francis Magawa, $29.6 million.
Mawanoa. So the G is pronounced like an N.
Mawanoa.
And also, we found out that NBA draft deadline, as far as entering your name into the draft, player has the rest of the day. It's 11:59 p.m. today.
So we're on alert for the next 7 hours.
Yeah.
What will Billy Richmond do? Okay. Good show today. Good week.
Flew by.
Did. Coming up Monday, we'll recap the NFL draft, the Diamond Hogs, hang out with Joe Klein. Should be a great day. Hope you can join us on Monday. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Let's stick around. Drive Time Sports is next.
Care Center, just 15 minutes from Little Rock. In Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.